came up here yesterday. Gary told me he was watching. Beth went back and made a beeline for JD. She always says hello to JD. And Gary said, she walked up to JD and she said, JD, how was your father's wedding? Mm-hmm. And he was like, Even Beth said it, because I asked her about it later last night, and he was like, all right, whatever.
Painful.
Like he immediately gets like embarrassed or like can't, like it's something he doesn't want to talk about. And so she says to him, what did you wear? Did you end up wearing a suit? He goes, I wore, this is the exact answer. Gary, if I have it wrong, so help me, just interrupt. He goes, I whatever. So
Gee.
Beth says a suit or whatever, because she says he peppers whatever in every other word. Yeah,
whatever.
We know that.
Oh, what?
This was the big thing. Beth, it was such a nice question. She's just trying to make small talk. She goes, where'd you get the suit from?
Well, I'm getting there. Why are you rushing the story?
Well, because I wasn't sure if you knew it.
No, I believe me. I know everything.
Well, who knows what you
Your boss knows everything.
This is like watching tennis with you two.
I never win.
And one guy's Rod Laver and the other one's Gary.
Exactly.
So anyway, so she says to JD, "Oh, you wore a suit. What was the suit like?" Oh, pants. So I don't know. Like it's like, could you please get away from me? Like he just, someone's finally talking to this guy.
Yeah, you're bothering me.
She goes, "Did you bring a girl? Did you have a girl with you? Are you dating anyone?" I talk. So she goes, "What?" He goes, I talk.
I what?
I talk.
I tar?
I talk.
Oh, I talk.
Yeah, so.
You're doing a great impression.
What is that?
That is a great impression.
You're doing just a spot-on impression.
It is, unfortunately.
If I had to guess who it was, I would get it right.
Let me say, is that JD or Mario Cuomo you're doing?
All right, so then she says to him, well, so you got a suit. Where did you get your suit? I rented it. So she goes, what? I rented it.
I did not sound this angry.
So he goes, so she figured out, he says he rented his suit. She goes, oh, so you wore a tux. You rented a tux. I don't know. So she goes, what do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I just rented it.
He goes, no, it was a suit.
Yeah, it was a suit. So she goes, well, a tux is one you usually rent. I've never heard, you're renting a suit. Your tux it's a tuxedo jacket and pants and
a cummerbund and a shirt.
I don't know what it was. Was it a black tie affair? I don't know.
Oh, my.
I don't know.
Black tie. Some people have black tie.
Well, his best,
so you rented. So what was that?
His best line was like, because Beth and I were there. We go, we don't understand. Was it a tuxedo or was it a suit? And he goes, I don't know. It had a tie. And I go, but I go, I never heard. You can't rent a suit, can you? He goes, I don't know. Like all of a sudden, we were the nutty ones.
Right.
Well,
Guy, why are you rushing the story?
No, that was good. Yeah, go ahead.
Because see, when I think of a tux, I think of like a bow tie type of thing, and that wasn't the case. But in the case,
but here's what's great about you. Let me tell you what is great about you.
Oh, great!
What's great about you is like, A, you don't know the difference between a tux and a suit. B, you don't even know, like you went and rented a suit, and you don't even know like what you rented.
Yeah, he was there, and he doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow, you're the first-hand account of what happened in your life, and you don't even know what you did. And, I mean, can you really be that naive, or you're just so pained by conversation that?
It's more than naivete because I didn't. When I think of
a so you went to where did you go to get this suit? Do you know?
Some shop in Ohio.
Okay. You walk into the
shop,
and you said, look, I don't own a suit. My
dad had me I got measured in the city somewhere, and I sent the measurements to him, and they made this suit or whatever.
Oh, they made a suit for you?
Well, yeah. Or tux, whatever it is.
Do you own the suit?
They didn't.
What?
Don't you know what happens at a tux shop? They don't make you a suit.
They fitted it or whatever.
Right. You're not
know what goes on.
In other words, the suit wasn't made for you where you walked out home with the suit. You had to return the suit.
Yeah.
So chances are it was a tux, I think.
Yeah,
no?
Well, you said the cummerbund or whatever that thing is.
It's a tux.
Yeah, okay, then it was a tux.
You had a cummerbund?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a tux.
then
Okay, it was a tux.
Black tie wedding.
Like I said, well, it was when I think of a tux, I told you I think of like the black bow tie and whatnot, but that wasn't the case. So that's why I told them it was a suit. But now, after hearing this, I realized it was a tux.
You rented, well, when Beth says to you, you rented a tux, you can say yes. Of course. When do you ever have a cummerbund that isn't a tux?
Because I'm not familiar with nice clothes like that.
Nice
you know?
clothes. I mean, you went into the store. The guy must have mentioned it's a tux.
Well,
It was probably on the front door.
Howard, you're not familiar with nice clothes? I appreciate the plug, but he has been wearing an Artie Lang sweatshirt he got on the internet since
that's
1911.
it's okay. He wears the same jacket
When's
too.
the last time you washed that
I
fucking
don't know.
thing? You
It's a
never wash.
jacket.
Gross, man.
Howard, the funny thing about the whole
You're ruining the brand.
the funny thing about the whole exchange with JD was, if it were anybody else, Beth said, "What'd you wear?" And the answer would be, "I rented a tux."
Right.
And that was 4 seconds, but this went on for like 2 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
2 minutes.
It
Whatever.
really, we were like, we don't understand. Where can you rent a suit? You're like, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. It had stockings and a bra. I don't know.
It lasted a minute and 55 seconds longer than most of your sex experiences.
Well,
Thanks.
and also the word whatever is peppered into the conversation almost every other word. So,
Sorry.
no, I mean, it's just funny. Every conversation with you is so painful. I feel for you, man.
If JD wrote a book, whatever's the title.
Right.
That's you.
That's his.
I don't know.
Like whatever.
Like whatever.
Yeah. I was talking to Beth this morning about JD, and I said,
Oh, jeez.
I go, oh, for Christ's sake. I said, I can never, I was tired as hell because I stayed up till, 10:30. And I just said, how the hell am I ever going to leave? What's JD going to do if I leave?
I'll be
I
fine.
said, he's going to be in Walmart's.
Well, I'll be
JD,
somewhere if I have to be, you know.
I got to tell you, JD's
I know where hardware is.
JD's been working for me, and if I stay alive and stuff and keep working, I would have him do anything for me.
He's great.
He's good. He's always good at what he does.
I've made some connections here.
With who? Like, let's say I leave.
there's-
Where would you go?
They all hate you.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I know Gary, John.
You're going to be John's assistant when he's teaching current events at Harvard?
That's right. If he's teaching, well, then who knows?
So I said to Beth this
I have
morning.
other connections and stuff. I don't know.
I was kind of like, I said to Beth this morning, oh, man, I don't know. I go, if I really want to leave, like, what's a guy like JD going to do?
Jesus.
So she goes, I don't know. I go, he wants to be a director. And she goes, a director? He's got to speak English first.
Yeah, how would he ever yell out a command on the set?
You got cut.
But Howard, you can't think...
Have you seen any of the videos I've done on Artie's website?
Yeah, you know what?
All right.
He knows how to, like, he just takes the video and edits it, and, like, he knows how to keep a joke in there. Like, he knows how to edit a joke. He knows what's funny, and it's impressive. I mean, he's a smart kid, but...
But he's not directing.
Well, no, that's what directing is.
No,
I mean,
that's editing.
No, it's shooting and then editing,
But if he's got a script and he's got to explain to somebody what the motivation of the scene is,
then he's fucked. No. But I'm talking about reality TV he could direct.
Okay.
Which there's a lot of money in.
I said, I'm a G.
I'm a G.
No, I don't
JD, do you have anything to say to this prick?
I'm Big JD.
So
No, I don't want to be any McG.
Yeah, JD, and how was the light?
I don't know how JD would fight. So I just got nervous and I just said, oh, my God. I don't
Fucking ass.
JD, what's going to be?
But Howard, you can't think like that because what
Yes.
are any of us going to do? I mean,
Yeah, well, you were, we were all doing something before we met you.
Robin and Fred will be all right, but I'm saying, like, if you really think about it, like, what is anybody going to do?
Everybody was doing something before they met.
We'll work. We'll be all right.
JD, he,
He'll go back to Full Sail.
I'm here for my master's degree.
He'll go back to full loser.
And Beth was telling me your schedule again, and it's really brutal. I mean, what time? Tell everyone your day.
Then annoying. I come to work. I try and get to work around midnight.
Good Lord.
And I
See-
stay here until the end of. Lately, I've been leaving like right after the show, just so I don't, because I can.
Oh, you're fired.
But
So he gets here around midnight, and then
Yeah.
Beth figured out for me because she figures that's her job. She figures stuff out for me because I'm too fucking stupid. She says, JD comes in. She goes, he doesn't want to be on the subway late, and he doesn't want to come in early in the morning. Something traumatic must have happened to him. I go,
Oh, yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
He got mugged. He took his iPod with horrible music. They did him a favor, but they took his iPod. And I said, yeah, he is afraid. I don't blame him to be on the subway.
I'm
late.
afraid to ride it in the middle of the day.
I know, it's horrible.
Dude, listen, you
and then
get
I
a
go,
fake.
and then I go, I wish JD made enough money so that he could live in Manhattan and he wouldn't have to deal with that. And I get all upset.
Stop.
Howard, I don't even
I'm
want to
sitting
tell you.
here looking at him, and I say, now, JD wants a woman in his life, and he's wearing a Miss Butterface
We all do.
T-shirt.
We all want a woman in our life,
I'm not
except Mike
working.
Morales.
Robin,
Even
I'm not.
what he wears says, stay away from me.
I'm not. I'm at work. I'm not going out on a date or
Yeah,
something.
but who you do see but the interns?
JD, come in
I
in your
can't date them anyway.
Come in your date clothes.
JD, Robin makes a good point. Yeah, it's true. You're not dating anyone here, so you could wear whatever you want. But what if a girl became interested in you?
I
here?
wear
Let's say
decent clothes.
Let's say Bryce Dallas
Some days.
Howard was coming in today, which she is, and she is not. Let's say she wasn't married, and you walk in that schlubby outfit. How are you ever going to get a girl like her?
Oh, I don't know.
Then answer this question. What if you could fly?
I'm just saying, Artie makes a point. I mean, you're wearing the Artie Lang sweatshirt,
Well,
which she
And I
appreciates.
don't know where those
but-
pants came from.
I don't know who designed that. It
These are
just
all
showed
right
up on the
pants.
internet.
What
He
the
buys
fuck?
it.
What's wrong with these pants?
I don't know what color that is. I don't know anything about those pants. They don't say anything.
Well, we wanted to say, I don't
They
know.
say stay away is what they say. if they say
well,
anything.
maybe from you,
She's
maybe
a
your
girl.
point of view.
She's a girl. She's telling you.
She's a woman. She's she's a respectable woman or
Oh,
whatever.
so you don't want one of those.
Well, you
At
know what I
times,
mean.
yeah, you want a
I want a
horse.
slut.
At times, unfortunately, and this is a fact of life, at times you have to listen to a broad.
If you want to get one.
Right.
All right.
All right, but anyway, do me a favor.
Yes.
Try to answer in full sentence.
I will try.
All right.
Thank
Howard,
you.
if I even told you, I guess maybe you don't mind, but do you know the part of New York City he lives in?
No.
Can I say or no? You don't want me to
Everyone knows I live in Brooklyn,
but the part of Brooklyn.
well, towards Coney
Bed-Stuy?
Island.
He lives in Coney Island.
Oh, he lives there.
Towards
There.
Coney.
I mean, that is like
That's
that is
no
like,
man's land.
That's where. Remember the movie The Warriors?
Yeah.
It's a long bop back to Coney.
Do
He lives in a really bad area,
Well,
and it's a long subway ride.
Do you want to know who I see in my neighborhood all the time riding his bike? It's Jeff the Vomit guy.
You do?
I mean, Coney Island is the end of the subway line.
Yeah, I mean,
Jeff-
I don't know. Is it me? I like JD. Is it me?
Jeff the Vomit guy lives in your neighborhood?
Well, I don't know if he lives in my neighborhood, but I see him at the corner store and stuff sometimes, and I pray that he doesn't recognize me.
The only white
He hasn't-
guy who lives in his neighborhood is Jeff the Vomit
He
guy.
hasn't yet, so
Wow.
I see him riding his bike around.
And he doesn't even work. He's on SSI or something. I think Jeff the Vomit guy lives with his dad.
He lives with his dad, Ed the Vomit guy.
We get to survive. I'm living. I'm all right.
Yeah. What do you have, a roommate?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to make some extra money? Put on a wig and go throw up on Jeff.
Don't you think, is there a way that you could move into Manhattan if you had like two roommates? Maybe you get a cheap place?
Trump and Melania.
Not that there's really cheap places.
No.
But Ganji managed to live in Manhattan. Grillo managed to live in Manhattan.
Well, Ganji's making $34,000 a year now.
But even before that, they all managed to live in Manhattan.
Howard?
KC?
What I'm getting here on this end is that JD's been offered to live in Manhattan like 1,000 times, but the problem is, or Hoboken or whatever, he can live with the
Hoboken.
intern or anybody, but he doesn't want to live with anybody.
What's wrong
But
with
he
Hoboken?
has a roommate.
But you have a roommate.
I do have a roommate.
So
Why
then
would you go to Hoboken?
Well, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Why
You're putting me
wouldn't
on the
you-
spot about something I don't know.
listen, this is called conversation. It's
Oh,
not- you see,
okay.
that's your problem. Like even when you're talking to Beth, you feel like you're on the spot. People are making
Wow.
conversation.
What is this?
No, but people are making conversation with you. In other words, we're trying to help you.
Yes.
If you have an opportunity to live in Hoboken, which is a nicer neighborhood, and people here are saying, "Hey, you want a roommate?" I mean, you have a roommate.
I know,
so-
but it's living with someone that I haven't lived with before. Like, I've lived with this guy for a while now, and I'm comfortable with that.
He's a good fucker.
No, but so it's I'm very bad.
Why are you comfortable with him? I mean, wouldn't you be comfortable living with, like, I don't know who's in Hoboken? But...
I don't know. It's just I'm very. I know myself. I'm not comfortable with change a whole lot. Like a drastic change, I'm very.
Even if the change would be better.
Even if you meant a better neighborhood and a nicer lifestyle, you won't do it.
Maybe. I mean, it just.
Hey, you could live with me in Hoboken if you would split the mortgage. Can you afford $40,000 a month?
You know, I'm afraid that JD is one of those people who would live with a dead body for like years.
Oh God, Robert.
Well, his roommate's been doing it.
His roommate's been living with I'm not coming off very well.
Is your roommate I know that you don't make a lot of. Your roommate must not make a lot of money.
He makes more than me actually. He edits stuff.
Now he's one of those guys who's on the beach with a metal detector.
Are you?
You're trying to watch, Artie.
He's doing very well.
And I know you don't get many chicks. Is he banging chicks and stuff?
He's got a girlfriend.
Oh, no kidding.
He fucks, I listen.
So he's over there fucking and stuff, and you have to listen in, huh?
No, not lately, at least.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance that, like, this kid has any problem with leaving his girlfriend alone with JD for like weeks?
No.
But JD's schedule, man. When he works with me on the weekends, we'll fly home on a Sunday, and it's tiring, and I'm upset because I got to get up the next day. And I go, so JD, I said, my driver, I always tell him this, and I said, my driver will take you to Coney Island. He's like, nah, I got to go to work. He goes to work.
He comes straight here.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
So Howard was saying when Beth came over to talk to you, it kind of seems like you're bothered by it.
No, I'm not bothered, but no. Not bothered by it at all.
But he seems to think like you're like the way you were speaking to her, like you're like, oh, I don't know, like, you don't want to be bothered.
Well, first of all, he was hearing it second, third hand from Mr. Gary Delabate over there, and her probably. But I wasn't angry or anything. If I was coming off like that, that wasn't how I was meaning to come off. I was just, I was just talking, you know what I'm saying?
Do you like when Beth comes over and talks to you?
Sure.
Something new, right?
Something new, I guess. I mean, yeah, just whatever. I'll talk to her if she wants to talk to me. I tend to do my attitude is speak unless spoken to, so that's sort of my motto. I don't talk to anyone unless they talk to me first, really.
What are you doing for the big holiday weekend, Robin?
Oh, I'm traveling.
Florida again?
No.
Where are you going?
Doesn't matter where I'm going.
Well, what's going on with you? You're clamming up on me.
I don't necessarily like to tell you where I'm going.
What are you up to?
That's weird.
You're giving me this look.
You won't give us a destination?
Where are you going?
I'm going to Arizona. I'll give you the state.
Where you go to one of your spas?
Could be. I don't know.
And now, the name of the guy you're fucking in Arizona.
John McCain.
Is this the new guy?
What?
Is that why you're clamming
up? No.
I've kind of put things together and realized it was a new guy.
You're putting things together, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes figured it out.
Wait a minute. Arizona, Robin, are you fucking Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, really, what's going on with you? Why wouldn't you even tell me where you're going? I mean, what do you think's going to happen?
I just like to, do my thing.
Yeah, I know you like to do your thing, but since when do you clam up on me?
Well, we're on the air. I'm not just talking to you.
What are you up to, though? I mean, are you spying?
Yeah, I'm spying.
You're spying?
Spying.
Are you spying? Are you going to a spa where you'll enema and colonic?
I won't be enema-ing at a spa.
Arizona's nice. What's the weather like this time of year?
I don't know. I got to check.
It's about 204.
Yeah.
It should be nice, though, don't you think?
But it's dry.
Yeah, I love Arizona.
I do, too, man. I really fell in love with it from gigging out there. I love it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places.
You going away with someone?
No.
You're going to be alone all week?
I'm going to visit people.
Who are you visiting? Who do you know in Arizona?
I know lots of people in Arizona.
Who do you know? What is this?
What do you mean, who do I know? I know my friends in Arizona.
Who's your friend? I don't even know these people.
Don't fuck one of the Diamondbacks.
Have I ever heard of any of them?
No.
What?
I have some friends who moved to Arizona. You don't particularly know them.
Who is this?
Who is this?
What do you mean? How did you meet them?
I meet people all the time.
Just from the
Howard.
coven?
The coven, yes.
No, those some of the women you used to chant in the woods
They
with?
have cauldrons in their backyard.
No, are those the women that you used to chant in the woods with
No.
who moved away?
No.
Oh. No Dario Schwein people?
No.
People
Are you
that
going to Area 51?
Yes, I'm going to be at Area 51 inspecting.
What's
The
going on with you?
UFOs.
Why so secretive all of a sudden? Like there's something? Are you up to something weird?
I'm not up to anything.
Is there
weird.
something you don't want me to know?
I just like to be able to move around without.
No, I understand that, but
Scrutiny.
I'm just trying to get a general idea what you're up to.
The general idea is I'm
Yeah.
traveling to Arizona.
Have you discovered some new health regimen?
No.
Are you onto some brand new thing that's going to make you even foxier?
No.
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 What's the new thing? I mean, you got to be getting bored with Dr. Ronnie soon.
What do you mean getting bored with Dr.
You know
Ryan?
you're always onto something new. With the race car driving Dr. Ronnie, it's always some new thing. There's something new. I sense something new is going
Here
on.
we go with this
Yeah.
examination. I'm just living my life.
Do you feel strange going to Arizona knowing they don't celebrate Martin Luther King Day?
Sometimes.
You do.
Yeah, I'm
I do
like,
too.
what is up with this state?
really, that's why I go.
Are you going
And
to
I
Arizona
hate liking a state so much.
because you're
that does
planning
that.
a big surprise for me and it has something to do with Arizona?
Doing research.
I think. Are you getting a Grand Canyon enema?
If you get the Grand Canyon enema, which only a few people have ever had,
Yeah.
do you know how many? There's probably 3 people in the whole world who can handle the entire
Grand
Canyon
Canyon.
filled with
Yeah.
water, and then they empty it into your bowel.
Yeah. If the Grand Canyon was filled with bad shit, the toxins you have in you, like there's doctors who can just shove a pipe in there and get it out.
Are you buying me Phoenix for my next birthday?
That's it. I'm going to check on how the negotiation is going.
Hey, guess what? The Cardinals are the Super Bowl champs, so maybe you could have sex with one of the Cardinals.
That'd be an honor. All right, listen. Here is Eaton Beaver getting on.
How are you doing? What are you doing for the vacation?
I am doing.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing? I am doing absolutely nothing.
That's what I thought.
Best thing I've ever heard.
It's the same thing I always do.
Yeah, but that's great. Relax.
But I am flying in my own Native American shaman from Arizona to teach me colonics and how to make those little rubber
Shamans and
tom-toms.
A shaman.
I have never heard of those two together, shamans and colonics.
Do you know any shamans?
I do.
I knew it.
Of course she does. Who do you think gets enema?
How did you meet your first shaman? And what is a shaman?
I don't
Explain
really know what a shaman is, but they call themselves
Shaman is a holy man.
I've met a few. I know some Native Americans.
Have you received blessings from them?
No,
No.
no.
Have you ever been part of a ceremony with a shaman?
Have I ever been part of a ceremony with
I know
a
she
shaman?
has.
No, I have not.
I don't believe it.
I have not.
Shamans are great. A shaman claimed he could cure my father, and then my father died a week later.
Right.
Oh,
well,
God,
shamans are
I'm
like these.
sure it was.
Shamans are like these wise.
Holy men, you're right.
They're guys who basically had nothing going on, and they call themselves shamans, and then they convince hot chicks that they know something, and some of them actually fall for it.
They're bullshitters.
These shamans are just my buddies.
They're called sitting bullshitter.
Everybody around here's so nosy.
We want to know what you're up to.
Yeah, and so I have to comply.
Well, it'd be nice if you let us in on it.
All right, I'll tell you how you can get in on it.
How's that?
Pay for it.
I'm sure I can't afford that on the salary.
I'll tell you anything you want to know if you cough up some bucks.
But all you're saying is you're going to Arizona?
That's right, and it's
That's
a big
it?
stage. Just try to find me there, why don't you?
Jeff the Drunk, you're on the air.
Good Lord.
Good morning, Howard.
Whose voice is
What
he here?
depressed you today?
I just got off the elliptical machine.
Hey,
You sound horrible.
Howard,
Yeah.
Butch Stern was on for Mike and Juliet.
He's drinking again
Yeah,
heavy.
what the heck?
No,
No, I'm not.
I went to the dentist yesterday. I got 5 cavities.
Oh.
And I only have 17.
It's hard to believe that you only that you have
That you
5 cavities.
only had 5 cavities.
I know you take such good care of yourself.
Why do you have to say that?
Well, I only got, one cavity for
What's he doing?
Harry. that for a year.
Do you have the TV on? Is that the problem?
No, hold on.
Imagine the depressing scene going on in that trailer.
Really depressing.
Where'd he go?
He left.
He's turning down the dehumidifier.
All right, here we go.
What were you?
I wanted to tell you about Beth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Beth Stern on the TV guide.
And the TV guide.
Yeah, it has it as Beth Stern.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
That's all I wanted to tell you.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, there's something else you want to tell him?
Yeah.
I got to go though. I got to take a break.
Oh. We can't talk.
What?
We can't talk.
Well, you can't talk.
It's just taking an inordinate amount of time to get out of thought. It's taking you a long, long time.
So?
So can you just say what is on your mind and then I can hang up?
You have any games?
No.
You want to play a game?
Sure.
All right.
Guess what this sound is?
Can you spell cemetery?
You hanging up on me?
No. I'll play a game with you. I'm gonna give you a shot at $500 cash, courtesy of Steven Singer Jewelers. Visit IHateStevenSinger.com. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play password with Bigfoot. How's that?
Good.
All right. You think you can do that?
I'll try.
All right. I'm going to give you an example of how this works. Robin, I'm going to let you play first so that Jeff the Drunk can hear how the game is played.
All right.
Okay. So we said to Bigfoot, we're going to play password with you. Bigfoot will give you a clue, Robin, and see if you can guess.
What he's trying to say?
That's right. And then Jeff will play after you.
All right.
All right. So here we go.
Checkers.
All right. The first clue is checkers.
Checkers. Chess?
There you go. You got it.
Okay.
That's the answer. It's that simple. All right, Jeff, you see how Robin did it?
I hear you.
Okay. For example, like his next clue for chess was...
Battleship.
See, it's a different game.
That makes a lot of sense.
So it was either chess or World War II.
All right, here we go. Here you go, Jeff. You get the word, you get $500.
All right.
We're playing the Bigfoot password game.
Okay.
Ape.
All right, he said, what did he say?
Ape.
Ape. Gorilla.
That is not right. Let's continue.
Chimpanzee.
Monkey.
No.
Correct answer is Gary.
Hairy man.
What's that?
Hairy man.
Hairy man. Is it caveman?
Caveman.
No.
I said caveman.
Caveman.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Howard, that's column B, right? You're going down?
You got it all set up wrong. I had to just skip around.
Oh, because I have them all straight down the line. Did you see your answer key says B? What does your answer key say for B?
No, Sally, I know how to do it.
Yeah, but
What's the matter?
Jeff said gorilla.
He did say gorilla?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
oh, you didn't
that
hear
was
him.
the
He said
Okay.
ape.
No, Jeff said gorilla.
All right, you got $500
Okay.
then.
Then I did do it right. I didn't fuck it up. All right.
Well, no, you did fuck it up, but it's okay.
How'd I fuck it up?
Well, you see you fucking it up, Sal.
It's okay. It's all right.
But in this case, I didn't fuck it up.
All right. I'm not going to, I don't want to get sidetracked.
I don't know how I fucked it up. I did everything.
Trust me, you fucked it up. It's just the way you put everything in order.
So,
Z-
gorilla was his first.
When you make a list, after A comes B, not Z.
Right.
Do you know that?
I put in from...
You did it wrong.
No. From A to Z. I put it in from A to Z, and then I cherry-picked the best ones, and that
Okay.
particular
Well,
file was a Z file.
You ruined it for me. Because after A, I go right down to the next one, and it says Z now. Now I'm seeing it's
It
Z.
should say... Okay, it should say B.
Sal, you did it wrong, but it's okay. I'm trying to get past what you do. I'm trying to ignore you. Jeff, you did win. It's just very difficult when things are wrong.
Very good.
Oh, the Baba Booey.
It was gorilla was the answer.
Yeah,
but
and that was the
I
first
was
thing
so
he
busy
got.
trying to find my buttons that I missed him saying gorilla. I thought he said ape.
No, that was the first clue.
All right. Okay.
Howard.
You got it right.
I wanted to thank Jimmy Kimmel for showing that Baba Booey throw.
All right, hold on, okay? You've got a prize from Steven Singer Jewelers. Visit IHateStevenSinger.com.
Have a good vacation.
All right, good.
I'll pick that douchebag right up.
Thanks. I had a better one to play, but right after A, Sal put Z. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you say.
You know what? I don't, and that's why Sal fucked up it. I actually don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't. If you ran this show, you'd know that the easiest way to do would be A would follow B, would follow C, would follow D.
Right, I know that.
But instead he has A, Z.
Like one of the keys doesn't.
It's all completely whacked
But he's
out.
making up answering keys now, Sal.
Yeah, it's just whatever he touches is impossible to decipher. He's so screwy. I can't even tell
Well,
you.
you're getting a view of his mind.
Right. It's so disorganized and so frightening.
What a great view.
Here, for example, here's the way. This is the one I was going to give Jeff the drunk.
Cocaine?
And you want me to answer?
Yeah.
Artie.
No, that's wrong.
That's so depressing, Robin. I'm sorry. Okay, cocaine. Black people. How's that sound?
All right, here we go.
Vicodin?
Drugs?
No.
Perks?
Perks?
I guess Percocet.
I know that, Fred, but I'm like, all right, they're all drugs. They're all opiates.
No, they're not.
No? I wouldn't know that then.
Cocaine.
Cocaine is not an opiate. You're right.
All right, so here's your next clue.
Illegal drugs. I don't know.
Here you go.
The password was heroin.
Heroin. See?
Oh,
That
I
was
should have
the
said
one-
another drug.
I was going to give Jeff that one. It was a little, yeah.
So in
little
other words,
harder.
Howard, explain what Sal did. So then
So in
after
other words, I have
B,
a
it said
page-
Z, heroin.
A, Z, no, it said Z, gorilla. He went, you know, so I was like looking for the heroin one, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
They're not matched up.
Gary and Sal are yelling at each other right now, and they're blaming each other. But
I'm yelling at Sal because I'm trying to explain.
retarded.
I know. I just tried to explain to him without yelling at him. I tried to explain to him where it went wrong. How you don't care about different letters that he cherry picked them. That it should just be A, B, C, D, E,
Right.
F.
Let me worry about it.
He's fighting me, and I'm like, Sal. He's like, I'm not wrong. And then of course after I told him to get out, and then he comes back, and then he goes, you're right, but you know he just wouldn't listen. I'm just saying, don't get defensive. Let me explain to you what was wrong with this, and then finally, after he fights with you, then he listens.
he's loony. Except his name isn't Looney Skip Rooney.
He's Looney-
Sal Guvinali. Looney Sal Guvinali.
He's Looney Sal Rooney.
Yeah. All right, let's. Sal puts together games like Gary pitches.
What happened with the game then?
Okay, so I triple-checked this game. I wanted to make sure that it ran completely smooth. So, here's the Bigfoot cave in front of you. I want you to take a look at the screen. Let the audience see the screen, please. You have blocks and colors. Gary said put them in colors. Okay, so I saved the files from A to Z. Now, if you're Howard, what you're going to do is, look, you have A, block of A, a block of B, a block of C, a block of D, then a white block of Z, and a gray block of K. So if you're Howard, and as I explained to Gary, go, here they are. Gary took a look at it. He hit a few of the files, and he's like, fine. Okay? I did go to Gary. I did show it to Gary. Gary explained it to Howard.
I looked at it and I saw A, B, C, and D, and I thought it was right. Then I saw these ones on the bottom. I didn't notice that said Z and K. So I wasn't mad at Sal after Howard got mad at him. I brought him in and I said, you should just make an A, B, C, D, E, and F because that's the answer key. Howard doesn't. In other words, Sal might have gone through 20 questions with Bigfoot, and he might have A and B and C. Howard doesn't give a fuck that the 26th best one is K or Z. You know, just put them in alphabetical order. And so Sal got very, was very resistant, and he was, you know, very angry. He's like, "Oh, I fucking did what you told me to do." I'm like, "No, you did the colors right." And I said, just in the future, do the letters. I said, you have to make it as simple as you can for Howard.
So here's the game. Let's say, for example, if you're Howard, you hit the clue. You hit clue number...
Checkers.
You hit clue number 1.
Checkers.
All right, and then you go to A2.
Battleship.
And you go to clue 3.
And
Monopoly. And then the last one says answer. Okay, so Howard did that. But instead of Howard going over to B, he dropped down to this block here, to the Z block in white. I don't know why. You just A, B, C, D. So when he hit Z and Jeff the Drunk said gorilla, Howard didn't hear gorilla. So I ran in thinking that I wrote something wrong on the answer key. You know, I also wrote an answer key to go to these answers. So Harry goes, no, I didn't hear gorilla, but you screwed up anyway.
And he was like belligerent, you know, and he's like, fuck this. So I got to the point where I go, you got to get the fuck out of my office because you're just not going to listen today. You're just not listening. I can't have a conversation with you if you're just going to not listen. So then he came back and goes, oh, I'm sorry, or what is it? And I told him, and then he's like, you're right, you know. But he still doesn't think I'm right. He just told me I was right, so I'd leave him alone.
Well, Gary was yelling at me about it. As I went to Gary, I said, Gary, it's color coordinated. And he goes like, you don't understand. This should have been E. What don't you get? You're not listening to me. I can't throw a pitch, and I'm going to take it out on you. Now, this should have been E, and that should have been D. But what freaking difference does it make? It's color coordinated, and it's in numbers.
Listen, I'm not saying you're a huge fuck-up. I'm just saying make it as easy as you can for Howard. So instead of saying, in the future, I understand, I'll make it as easy as I can for Howard, he's got to still go back and defend that he was right, and that ship has sailed.
The problem is probably when I was explaining to Gary, he was just, replaying that fucking gay pitch of his in loop mode in his baboon head. And he wasn't listening to me because this is so simple. But again, in the end, I screwed up. And I have to live with it. It sucks, but I have to live with it. I screwed up. If Howard said it and fucking Fafa Flow High, the dumb pitching monkey says it, then I lose. But I want the audience to see this and say, hey, I mean, could this work or did I screw up? I don't know. You guys figure it out.
Yeah, Artie's dying in the car.
What's happening?
Are you all right?
Wow.
You need help? Do you need help?
A piece of toast went down the wrong.
Do you need a Heimlich?
You want a Heimlich?
I almost did.
Throw it up.
I got it out.
It's out?
Give him the squeeze. Give him the squeeze of life, Jason.
If you touch me, I'll kill you.
A man is squeezing.
Want me to squeeze you?
I'll
Seriously?
squeeze your package.
Give me the nod.
I'm okay with that.
Squeeze you?
Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Go like this.
What is that going to do?
All right.
I think I got it. Wait. It's you know what like how toast. Thanks, Jason, for adjusting my mic.
We don't want to miss you.
Here, choke on microphone.
You're saving my life, you
You're gonna
fat
choke.
typist.
Choke on the microphone.
You know, like toast has just all that crumbs, and I can't get all the crumbs.
All
out of it.
right.
I'm sorry.
I think that was you getting the last bit of heroin out of your system.
This is me saying I'm done with the Jason John argument.
Yeah, all right.
No.
Thank you.
All right.
You calm down and just keep quiet for 5
Can
minutes.
I just leave the room for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's making me cough. Oh, my goodness.
What's going on?
You okay?
Yeah, just go out there and stay out there.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Wow.
You're going to die. He's on fire.
I can hear him in the hall.
Since he got off heroin, he's a bundle of energy.
Never had that problem when he was on
When he
heroin.
let heroin, he was fine.
Well, that's one way to get out of the show.
What's going on?
Nothing. I just got something. I'm all right. I'm not choking, but I can't stop coughing because
What's that?
coffee.
Well, that's not going to work.
No, stop. Yes, it'll work. Stop.
You drink water, man.
Don't touch my coffee. I'm all right. Helicopter mic, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm okay. I just gotta fucking get this.
Yeah, you look it.
I was eating toast, dry rye toast with no butter. Toast breaks up into crumbs. Is this a 2-camera shoot, really? I mean, and it just got caught in my throat, and I couldn't stop coughing. That's it. And I'm done now.
All right.
And you two faggots can go fuck yourselves. How's that fucking sound? Hey, come here, Ted.
You all right? You okay?
Ted, great shirt. Congratulations on losing the Masters. What is that? What is that?
I lost the Masters.
No, but it looks like...
It's a golf shirt. You called it.
But you don't golf.
But you don't rock and roll.
What? Yes, I do. I do rock and roll, actually.
Well, not anymore.
I'll be rock and rolling tonight.
You rock and rolled this morning. Oh, all right.
Yeah, but I mean, you could still wear a shirt that indicates something that you used to do, and you could wear.
I played golf for high school.
But you could wear a shirt with
high school
with a picture of you sucking a cock.
I could.
You stopped doing that. Like he stopped that, but he could still wear because he's still known.
I gave that up for Lent.
You're still known as a cocksucker.
I'm glad to see he's better.
What happens when Howard Stern's staff asks him the questions they've always wanted answered? It's time to Ask Howard with Rachel Fine.
Here we are for another very important Ask Howard.
Very important.
Yes.
Yes.
Mike Fox on the Tapes team asks,
if you had to swap lives, including bodies, with Gary, would you prefer not to have big teeth, not to have toe fungus, or something else?
Well, that toe fungus really weirds me out.
That's weird.
Gary and I have hung out socially. He's come over, he's swam in my pool, and I always look down at those feet, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on. But the teeth, every day those are out there.
Can't hide them.
Look, I can't be too critical. I've got a lot of flaws myself, so, you know, and women have told me they think Gary's very good looking.
He's a good looking guy.
Good looking guy.
Yeah.
My wife thinks so, and I don't see it. I got him beaten to the feet department, but I mean, listen, I'm no beauty, so I guess I wouldn't want his feet with the toe fungus.
Next question comes from Lee Garowitz.
What advice do you have for aspiring broadcasters, and what makes a good broadcaster?
As a broadcaster, you must be well-rounded. You must be able to speak well. You shouldn't have grammatical errors. You should be tremendously well-rounded. I'm very weak in the sports area, as most of my fans know. I wish I could really spew out stuff. I wish I was better musically, not with my musical knowledge, but actually as a musician, so that when Fred picks up the guitar, I could play the piano or something. That would be a tremendous strength. And I think that if someone's considering broadcasting, forget about broadcasting school. Read the newspaper every day, read the New York Times, read 2 other papers, become a musician, learn a foreign language. That's another weakness of mine. I used to love, when I was a kid, I would listen to the Barry Farber radio show. He would break out into 5 different languages, including Hungarian. And I thought, what a cool thing. So sort of all of the cool things you know make you this amazing broadcaster, and I have weaknesses in my education. I should have paid way more attention in school. I have a lot of weaknesses.
You gave like a couple good things and a lot of weaknesses, and you're one of the
there's
greatest broadcasters in history.
No, but there's a lot of weaknesses,
Okay.
a lot. And I'm disappointed in myself. If I had to do it all over again, I would have spent more time as a younger guy paying attention.
So
You
critical.
know? But who knows, you know? Maybe that's what makes somebody a good broadcaster, having limited resources and learning how to draw on whatever you do have.
Having humanity to say, this is just who I am. I'm not playing this character.
Well, my strength is telling a story and understanding editing, too. My parents were incredibly tough on me, and I hate to reward this kind of behavior, but it's true. They would just get annoyed with me if I rambled on too long. I took it very seriously. If I'd have to get them to laugh. My mother and my aunt used to sit there, and they would have me do impressions of the family, and I had to get the impression right. They didn't laugh. You know, there was very little tolerance for people who didn't understand self-editing. And I have to edit every 5 seconds on the show. If Gary brings me something, I have to make a decision. Do we go with it? Don't we go with it? Is that interesting to a large group of people? And it all goes back to sort of that education in the living room. So who knows what makes up what makes a great broadcaster great, you know? It's tough. It's a very tough discussion.
Question from Will Murray.
Describe your perfect day.
Perfect day is I have a day off. I sleep in till at least 8 o'clock, which is rare. Like I just get a great night's sleep. And then my wife and I will either go for a walk or a run or do something together. I like spending time with her. She's fabulous. I like to have a nice lunch, take a nap, maybe even get a massage, you know. Once in a while, I like that. Go out to dinner with my wife. I like that. Maybe do some photography or something like that. That relaxes me, or either gets me crazy. Everything gets me crazy. Something like that. A really relaxing day. I don't like to go anywhere. I don't want to be anywhere in a foreign country. Just want to be home, chilling out, watch a few good movies or TV. That's it for me. They're very simple needs.
That was terrific. I learned a lot about you today.
Yes, it was terrific. You're absolutely right.
I like that you like these.
Yes.
What happens when Howard Stern's staff asks him the questions they've always wanted answered? It's time to Ask Howard with Rachel Fine.
Here we are for another very important Ask Howard.
Very important.
Yes.
Yes.
Mike Fox on the Tapes team asks,
If you had to swap lives, including bodies, with Gary, would you prefer not to have big teeth, not to have toe fungus, or something else?
Well, that toe fungus really weirds me out.
It's weird.
Gary and I have hung out socially. He's come over, he swam in my pool, and I always look down at those feet, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on. But the teeth, every day those are out there.
Can't hide them.
Look, I can't be too critical. I've got a lot of flaws myself, so, you know, and women have told me they think Gary's very good looking.
He's a good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy. Yeah. My wife thinks so, and I don't see it. I got him beat in the feet department, but, I mean, listen, I'm no beauty, so I guess I wouldn't want his feet with the toe fungus.
Next question comes from Lee Garowitz.
What advice do you have for aspiring broadcasters, and what makes a good broadcaster?
As a broadcaster, you must be well-rounded. You must be able to speak well. You shouldn't have grammatical errors. You should be tremendously well-rounded. I'm very weak in the sports area, as most of my fans know. I wish I could really spew out stuff. I wish I was better musically, not with my musical knowledge, but actually as a musician, so that when Fred picks up the guitar, I could play the piano or something. That would be a tremendous strength. And I think that if someone's considering broadcasting, forget about broadcasting school. Read the newspaper every day, read the New York Times, read 2 other papers, become a musician, learn a foreign language. That's another weakness of mine. I used to love, when I was a kid, I would listen to the Barry Farber radio show. He would break out into 5 different languages, including Hungarian. And I thought, what a cool thing. So sort of all of the cool things you know make you this amazing broadcaster, and I have weaknesses in my education. I should have paid way more attention in school. I have a lot of weaknesses.
You gave like a couple good things and a lot of weaknesses, and you're one of the greatest broadcasters in history.
No, but there's a lot of weaknesses,
okay.
A lot. And I'm disappointed in myself. If I had to do it all over again, I would have spent more time as a younger guy paying attention.
So critical.
You know? But who knows, you know. Maybe that's what makes somebody a good broadcaster, having limited resources and learning how to draw on whatever you do have.
Having humanity to say, this is just who I am. I'm not playing this character.
Well, my strength is telling a story and understanding editing, too. My parents were incredibly tough on me, and I hate to reward this kind of behavior, but it's true. They would just get annoyed with me if I rambled on too long. I took it very seriously. If I'd have to get them to laugh. My mother and my aunt used to sit there, and they would have me do impressions of the family, and I had to get the impression right. They didn't laugh. You know, there was very little tolerance for people who didn't understand self-editing. And I have to edit every 5 seconds on the show. If Gary brings me something, I have to make a decision. Do we go with it? Don't we go with it? Is that interesting to a large group of people? And it all goes back to sort of that education in the living room. So who knows what makes up what makes a great broadcaster great, you know? It's tough. It's a very tough discussion.
Question from Will Murray.
Describe your perfect day.
Perfect day is I have a day off. I sleep in till at least 8 o'clock, which is rare. Like I just get a great night's sleep. And then my wife and I will either go for a walk or a run or do something together. I like spending time with her. She's fabulous. I like to have a nice lunch, take a nap, maybe even get a massage, you know. Once in a while, I like that. Go out to dinner with my wife. I like that. Maybe do some photography or something like that. That relaxes me, or either gets me crazy. Everything gets me crazy. Something like that, a really relaxing day. I don't like to go anywhere. I don't want to be anywhere in a foreign country. Just want to be home, chilling out, watch a few good movies or TV. That's it for me. They're very simple needs.
That was terrific. I learned a lot about you today.
Yes, it was terrific. You're absolutely right.
I like that you like these.
Yes. This is Dr. Shiner. He's a plastic surgeon out of Tampa. I don't know how this all came about, but Dr. Shiner somehow ended up evaluating our faces and telling us what we need.
What pictures was he given?
Evidently really bad ones. Because there's a whole... I told you, the list was so long of shit we need done to us that we ran out of paper in the fax machine. Hey, Dr. Shiner.
Hey, good morning.
Well, good morning to you. What's happening?
There's no reason to start. You can't really do that much surgery on a person, can you?
Yeah, in fact, they said we would lose too much blood during these operations. But, yeah, I was taking a look at the pictures. We have pictures to go along with this. We could show them on Howard TV, but... if Gary's the worst. He got it the worst from Dr. Shiner.
Oh, no.
I mean, there were so many multiple
What
things.
would he have to do to Gary?
Dr. Shiner, in a way, isn't it dangerous to go to a guy like you? Because if you're feeling good about your face or semi-good about your face, you guys actually
if
point
you can
out...
live with yourself.
Like, Gary, I didn't even... Your eyebrows are descending, it says here.
I looked at the notes. I was just telling Howard, I looked at the notes, and there's a lot of shit about myself I feel bad about. I had not noticed my eyebrows. So I'm just looking in the mirror to see what's wrong with my eyebrows.
Oh,
Right.
no. See? That's not right.
Dr. Shiner, what's wrong with his eyebrows? I mean, I know, but you tell everybody.
Right. I mean, so actually, when I was looking at Gary, I found the simple things for him are, as we age, one of the things that occurs is our brows start to descend.
Yes.
And the reason I can tell that with him...
Like an ape.
Yeah. Right.
His brows are now his mustache? What are you talking about?
So he's got that line in his forehead, and that's actually a hidden sign that he's actually raising his brows a lot, because if he relaxed his forehead, his brows would be... I mean, he can do this. He can actually be close to his eyes.
See, that's another thing. I wasn't...
look, even in the picture, he's raising his eyebrows.
Yes.
Yes, you're right, doctor.
This is my specialty.
Oh, wow, look at that. You see that?
So if you raise his eyebrows, he would look younger.
Well, it's a couple things. One thing is that, yes, if we could equalize those areas, that could be better. We communicate most with our eyes and our mouth. Whenever we can do to make those areas look better has a huge
I got to tell you,
impact.
you're onto something, because we have like this little graphic drawing where the eyebrow is where it is, and then where you raise it. And he does look better.
My eyes look more open when the eyebrows are raised.
Let me see. Look at me. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's fucking... Now I see it.
I mean,
I never noticed it before.
Yeah, see, now we're looking at it, and you can see that one eyebrow is lower.
Yeah, watch when Gary looks at you now. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, so, Doctor, here's a question.
I wish he hadn't pointed that out. Now I'm going to obsess on it.
Here's a question.
Yes,
The operation or whatever it takes to do this, how painful is it?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. Some things are really simple, Gary. Like raising brows, that can be done non-surgical with something called Botox. I do Botox brow lifts all the time.
Will that get rid of the line on my forehead?
Yeah, and that can help with that, too. Yeah.
Hold on a second. You're telling me with Botox,
his eyebrows will raise.
his eyebrow will go back up?
Yeah, I can raise. Yes, I do that all the time.
But how often do I have to do that?
I mean, that's like a 4 to 6 month time period, but it's not surgery. And there are surgical procedures, but that's easy.
Wow.
I mean, the second thing, Gary, was the pigment that you had on your face. If that could be evened out, we like a cleaner complexion.
You mean he's got, what like pimples?
Yeah, no, like the spots he has on his cheeks.
Let me see. Come close to me. I'm going to look you over. Let me see your cheeks. You're talking about it on his face, not his ass. Look at that. I don't see any spots on his cheeks, Doc.
In the picture, it shows up.
Give me the picture.
I don't see that.
But I would tell you the biggest the biggest thing for Gary is...
But hold on. By the way, I see them when I look in the mirror every morning. They're right about here. And you can see them on the picture.
How do you get rid of them?
Like here.
Right. This is easy, too.
Oh, okay.
There's
I wouldn't have noticed that.
Using light, I have something called broad-based light, and I can target pigment on the face.
He needs that.
Yeah, and that's easy.
He needs laser.
Hey, please don't make me any darker.
I mean, really, honestly, Gary, the biggest thing is, and we'll talk about this, and I'm going to teach you something here, is that we like to see our faces in balance, right? There's ratios that exist in the face. If you take the following, if you take the top of his the hairline and bring it down to the middle of the brow, consider that a third of the face. That actually equals the third from the middle of the brow down to his nose. Can you see that?
Yeah.
If you then take that third and try and bring it down to the jaw, do you see how it doesn't match anymore? The lower jaw is bigger than that third. Do you see that?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, look, we're obviously dealing with a horrible candidate here because, I mean, how expensive is it to Botox that eyebrow up? I got to get that eyebrow of his up now.
That's cheap.
That's not a big deal. That is not a big deal.
Give me a ballpark.
That's hundreds. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's like $300. I want to know about The jaw.
All right,
Yeah, what are you going to do to his jaw?
Let's talk.
All right, so Gary's, I would say from below his nose is the real disaster area. Right? He's got giant teeth, lips. Gary, I mean, no offense.
Understood.
Right, I mean...
No, and let me tell you, Howard, what happened here, actually. Gary, this is just the way you were born, okay? You're the top part of your jaw.
You don't think that was from an accident? You say he was born like that.
Is that the top part of your jaw grew larger than other parts of your face. And it's actually called something called a long face syndrome. And in other words...
Why the long face, Gary?
Me and Mr. Ed.
It's also known as something called a gummy smile.
Yes, he's got... Oh, it's a...
How could he have a gummy smile with all those teeth?
Doctor.
Yes.
You're so right. It distracts me every morning as he's doing the show rundown.
You can see his gums?
Absolutely. Where have you been?
I have a gummy smile. I admit that.
But how does I just
Look,
can't
when
imagine.
I do my Gary impression, what do? I go like this. Hello, Paul. You know, that's my Gary.
So insulting.
I didn't mean it as an insult. If I did, I apologize.
Look, Gary, you were born this way.
That's right. You know what? I used to think it was an accident. I'm glad the doctor cleared it up. All right. So what would you have to technically do to fix that?
Okay, this is a bigger deal, okay? But this is done. They actually go into the jaw. They take out some of the bone for the upper jaw. And they advance the lower jaw. But if you see the after photo, when you do that, it brings them back to that ratio of a third. It's a much nicer look, right?
Now that's got to be. He probably can't eat for months after that.
Yeah, it's a bigger deal. And I'm not saying he has to go that far, but if he wanted to, that's what could be done for him.
I think he needs to do it. I'm looking at the before and after.
That's a big enough deal to do it?
Don't you think I missed my window? In other words, shouldn't I have done this when I was 20?
Right, but I don't think you gained that much.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not seeing.
No.
I'm not spending $20,000 and not eating for 3 months to look that an inch better.
You still look like Gary.
Yeah, that's the problem. At the end of the day, he still looks like Gary.
But I'm telling you, all jokes aside, I would consider the Botox.
You would?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
who gives a shit? We're dudes.
It's inexpensive, and the eyebrow thing I never
noticed your brow.
Yeah,
I know, but it looked better, didn't it?
You know what's weird? The doctor's talking about symmetry. Like there's one side of your face where your eye is almost closed.
Yeah.
On the other side, your eye's open.
I will tell you that I did some photos, like press photos, and I got rid of 3/4 of them for that exact reason. For some reason, my eye is closed in the picture.
Right. And you know what happens, Gary, I'll tell you, actually, is that here's the thing. Your brow, as I said, is sort of low normally. It's hidden, but it's low. When you raise your brows all the time, that's great. You try and smile and keep your forehead raised. No, it doesn't work. I mean, when you smile, your whole face relaxes, so that hidden brow droop becomes more apparent when you smile.
Now, doctor, you also say that Gary's particular problem was identified in early man. that Gary might actually, Gary's sixth toe and lowered eyebrow indicates something. All right, so that's that. Let's go through the Benji. I looked at your. Now, I see we give him a hair transplant. Benji, you do look better with hair, I got to say. I
mean,
think
Howard, let's talk about it again. Remember thirds we're talking about. Now, his is in the reverse. Go from the bottom of his chin up to the base of the nose. That's a third.
Yeah.
Go from the bottom of the nose up to the middle of the brow. That's a third. Go up from there, and it's much larger, right?
Right.
So if we could lower the hairline and give him make that a third, that helps.
Oh.
That did help.
Come on.
That does help.
That hair doesn't help. You got to get good hair.
Well, that's all he's got.
But the balance makes better. And then the other thing I recommend for his chin, liposuction along the chin, and then the same broad-based lights to clear out the pinkness on his face.
Have you ever seen a guy with a blotchier complexion? Look at him. You go back to the before picture. Whoa! What? Look at around his nostrils. You got the deep red thing, like it looks like a forest of red.
There are conditions like rosacea that can cause that, and anyway, it's treatable.
What is that? Is he nervous?
So
he sweats a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's what you do for. Well, listen.
See, again, he still looked like Benji.
I think he looks like a better version of him, actually. I think he looks like his younger brother, right?
Right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he'd be the handsome brother.
Yeah, he'd be the brother, but he doesn't look too bad. By the way, all these pictures are up on howardstern.com. If you go there, you'll see what Dr. Shiner's going to do to Benji, what he's going to do to Gary. Fred, does Fred need a lot of work? He's so handsome. All I can think about is giving him anal.
Fred is our silver fox.
He's a silver fox to me.
My kid's got to go to college. I'm not buying any of this, Doc.
Let's see. It says here Fred needs he has heavy eyelids and drooping eyebrow. He does.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Yes, they can.
I've always had those eyes. I'm born with that shit.
Well, let the doctor talk. Maybe I can.
Yeah, that actually, Gary. I mean, Fred, that could be helped. That is as easy as a Botox thing, or there are surgeries that can be done to help develop it more permanently.
Yeah.
The lower eyelid there is, I mean, these are normal, listen, these are normal changes we all face. I'm not saying this is anything, I mean, a lot of your...
Fred looks very old, yes. Loss of
And you're a
facial
spring
volume.
chicken.
Oh, yes. I look very young, Fred. Yeah, I'm just lucky that way. Now, you say facial fillers to reduce aging process.
Yeah, one of the things that as we age, we lose facial volume. And there's actually papers looking at this. It happens asymmetrically. We can gain volume in certain areas and lose volume in other areas. If we can restore the volume around the mouth area, as I said, that's one of the critical areas that we communicate with. I think it's really powerful for Fred, and the way it turns that image. I mean, I think it looks like a much better version of himself.
Well, like Liberace and Boober, I might just send him in for a little work so he can look a little more like me. Let's see, John Hine. Okay, what about Robin? What are we going to do for her?
Yeah, what can you do?
Let's get down to Robin.
I mean, Robin's beautiful, so we don't have to do anything really. But
exactly.
Sure. Now let's talk.
All right, now let's get down to it.
If you want to make, I mean, Robin, you are beautiful. If you want to make you more stunning, okay.
In other words, she's a 10. You can make her a 12.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's some. I mean, same thing. It's volume issues, and it's the area of the jawline. So if we could add volume back to the area around the mouth and do something to straighten to do with the jawline, that'd be liposuction. I think you're beautiful, Robin. Just makes you even better.
No, I'm all for making Robin better. That's absolutely true. I mean, Robin, you'd be a 12. Could you imagine what your life would be? Me too. Well, it says here Howard needs nothing. He's so handsome.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, Fred. Let's see. Loss of facial volume. Like Fred, you need to fill in all those heavy... I have those huge lines.
I know. You always talk about them, but
I mean, honestly, it's a real loss of volume. Howard, for you, what I was saying, really, the eye and the mouth. So the eye area, I was saying, if you could, it would be surgery, okay? But if you could do surgery for the eyelids, I do that stuff with lasers.
The eyelids?
Mm-hmm, the upper eyelids. And then if we could add volume back to the lower face, there's actually a product. This isn't surgery, mind you. There's a product called Sculptra. And what it is a product we use as a facial filler. It takes a while to work, but once it's set up, it lasts years. You would be a great candidate for that, Howard, because if you could add volume to that area, you look at your after, it really, I mean, you look like you, but it's just...
I look like gorgeous.
You look like a softer you.
A better me. Now, Doc, is any of this stuff... When I hear women are injecting rat poison into their face, and you know, that's basically what I don't get. Like, I'm not doing anything. I mean, what's the difference at this point? I'm a mess. You know what I mean? But...
You know, it's just personal. If something you want to do, I'm just saying there are options for people if they want to do these things.
You're saying you get rid of all that shit on my face like that in the after picture? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I mean, really the volume. Yeah, if you had the volume is the most powerful thing for you.
Volume. In other words, what do you stick in my face to give me volume?
There's a product called Sculptra, and what it is there's a suture material that we use in surgery that makes collagen, and they take advantage of this, and they make it into little tiny bits. They put it in the face, and then the body will build its own collagen around these products.
Really?
Yeah.
How long does that take?
It takes about an hour to do. What happens, actually, I have newscasters who I do this for in my area on the evening news, and I like this because you look better gradually. What happens is you get the result. It goes down. You get a view of what it looks like. It goes down in about 2 days because the water resorbs, and then the particles that are left over about 8 weeks, the body responds to and builds collagen all over the place.
Wow.
And so each week you get better and look better and better and better.
Imagine how gorgeous I'd be. I'm a 10.
And then when does it start to go bad again?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like...
You know what it's like? It's like
Charlie.
Like he was retarded, and then in the book Flowers for Algernon, he becomes a genius, and then he slowly starts becoming retarded again. And that's the bitch.
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Is that the same stuff that you would put in my face, that Bondo or whatever?
Fred, let's go in. We'll get 2 for 1.
How about, is there any way you can get a donation of, like, facial filler? Like, since Benji's so fat in his face, could we take the fat out of his face?
Would you want Benji's anything in your face?
You're right. Let's go with the Bondo.
Make you crazy.
Hey, Robin, look at your after him before. See that?
Well, she always looks good.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
It's not enough.
Not for me to do it.
I like my after picture, but
I thought actually John was pretty cool too.
Let me take a look at John Hine. I thought he looked a little too feminine after you got done with him.
Really?
For
he
my
got
taste.
that feminine look?
Yeah, you got to be careful, dudes, when you go do this stuff, because you could end up looking like...
Because that usually ends up what
happens. Oh, God, he looks scary now.
John looks like he saw a ghost. Leave John alone, Doc. I think you were hitting home runs with everyone else. But listen, Doc, it's fascinating. Dr. Shiner's plastic surgery critique is up on howardstern.com. You will see how gorgeous I look after Dr. Shiner will get done with me. But I don't know, man. I don't know, Robin.
I like a natural look. I think I look like Kim Kardashian or something.
I think I got to admit,
Do
Dr.
that
Shiner's
stuff.
after picture does look way better on me. But, hey, I don't know. Then you got to go do all this stuff. Dr. Shiner, give yourself a plug here, or I'll give it to you. For more information on Dr. Adam Shiner's practice, go to adamshinermd.com. Hey, thanks, Dr. Shiner.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah, a lot to
Well,
consider.
now we know there's something we can do.
I thought it was hopeless. Thing I like is, like, as I get older, I see what he's talking about down here. Like, he could fill that out. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it smooths things. That's, you were talking about John Kerry a few weeks ago, and now I can't stop staring at his face.
I know. It just seems kind of girly,
Yeah.
And then I see a lot of women who do this shit, and it goes horribly wrong.
I'm fucking hideous, but at least I look like a fucking guy. Come on. All right? Him, on the other hand, he needs help.
You shouldn't feel
He
bad.
needs a lot of help. A lot of help.
Will you guys dwell on these issues like Howard said he's going to now?
No.
It's in one ear out the other.
No.
I'm mesmerized by my face. It's beautiful.
The only one?
And I realize, like, I've gained weight again. I gotta get in good shape because I have such a beautiful face.
Do you feel slighted in the sense that they didn't look at your calves and some of your other great features?
No. My face is my, what do you call it? Yeah. Yeah.
That's your meal ticket?
I have a beautiful face. I like, look at it. Close.
His face is his fortune. Unfortunately, Benji is bankrupt.
I love it. I don't know. Maybe
it's
it's just...
baby blues. Here, look. Can you tilt up your brim a little bit so we can really see the full color? There you go. So, Fred, your solution is just be happy that you're not Benji.
Pretty much. I wake up every day, and that's my mantra. It's like there are people of a certain faith that say, "Thank God I wasn't born a woman," which I think is very sexist, and maybe this is like Benjist, but I wake up every day and say, "Thank God I'm not Benji."
Interestingly, I wake up saying, "Thank God I'm Benji."
You're the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, plastic surgery, tricky thing, man. I see too many guys
it's
looking
you
like
see
women.
So many people.
Yeah, and you know what?
I don't know who George Clooney's guy is because he's holding up.
Yeah, but he's good looking. I mean,
He's good.
He's looking rarefied.
There's nobody. I'm just beginning to realize when you look at all these papers, there's nobody in that fucking business that doesn't have some sort of tweaking done. Period.
I would say, without a doubt, 100% of the people in Hollywood have something going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But you
well,
know
that's
what?
how they stay
There's
looking
too-
good.
There's too much at stake.
Yeah.
They're at the big game. They
Absolutely.
don't want to leave. That's it's the same thing. It's like baseball players do steroids. Those people do Botox.
Well, maybe we got to go visit Dr. Shiner. I think that's what you're saying.
She made a documentary on Mom's Mabley.
Oh, I know. That's great.
And I just said to her, she's on HBO, and I said, "Oh, so you sold it to HBO?" And she goes, "Not really. She started to make it with HBO. They didn't like the direction it was going in. She went and made it on her own. Then HBO goes, they heard, hey, we hear the documentary's not bad, and then they bought it. So that's
That's
better.
even
But the other thing is, because we went through this, and I think you'd appreciate this, she said it's really pricey. And I said, where's all the money when you make a documentary? And she said, clearing the photos. And she said that once somebody found out she was involved with the project, they were charging like $50,000 for 4 photos, and she would call them up and she would say, listen, no one's asked you for a Moms Mabley photo for 50 fucking years.
I love Moms Mabley.
But the other thing she said was that Moms Mabley, this is really interesting. She said not only is she the first female stand-up, she may be the first stand-up comedian ever. She did, and I said, how do you define that? She said, 1929, you know, she got a person alone getting up in a room telling stories and jokes. But she said a lot of Moms Mabley stuff is hard to corroborate because you can't tell what's fact or fiction about her. But I thought we wouldn't get to that, so I thought it was interesting.
I'll lead off with that. All right. Whoopi Goldberg is here. I got a lot of ground to cover with her. And she is on The View.
Of course she is.
And she's very successful. There's Whoopi Goldberg. Wow. Look at that. It's really you. It is the Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, most of me.
Most of you. Where'd you leave the rest of you?
Where are you?
Some of me are still home. But that's all right.
So you get your microphone right in
I
there.
got my...
How are you?
I'm good.
You're wearing your John Varvatos scarf, I see, with the American flag on it.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I have the same one. That's
Do
how I
you?
know that. Yeah, I
See,
love that.
I probably got it from you.
Yeah. What is it, Gary?
I just want to make sure that you can hear her okay.
I can hear Whoopi. Okay. Yeah, you go get your mic right there. How are you?
I'm good, honey.
I'm excited about the project you're here to promote, and not in a false way. I'm very excited about it. I am a huge fan of Moms Mabley.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was I. Oh, my
Nobody
goodness.
like her.
When I was a little boy, I would watch Moms Mabley like it was a religion.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know Moms Mabley, she was do you think she was the first stand-up comic?
I do believe that she was the first. I know she was the first. No, she may have been the absolute first.
Absolute first.
Yeah.
Really?
Because she's the only one that I know who actually stood up and told jokes from really like the late 20s. Huh. So I sort of feel she might be the very first stand-up as we know it.
Yeah.
So it's extraordinary when you think about it.
When was Moms Mabley born?
Late 1800s.
Why did you become so obsessed with Moms Mabley to the point that you wanted to make a project out of it?
Because I used to do her before anybody gave a shit who I was.
I think she was such a brilliant comic because she's a lot of times when she would tell a joke, I didn't even understand what she was saying. And that almost was the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Bill Cosby gets really upset with black comedians when they speak in sort of a street dialect.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I love about black comedians, when they do get up and speak, because that's what I loved about growing up in a black community, when guys would really talk in this raunchy kind of way.
Yeah.
And Moms was just dirty, filthy, and bawdy.
Except she was all of that without saying one bad word.
Right.
It was all innuendo.
Well, did you ever hear her party albums? I mean,
yeah.
All right, those were dirty.
Ish.
Yeah. Right. But,
compared to us.
Right. They were pretty dirty. Yeah. But then she could also go on Merv Griffin.
Absolutely.
And work clean.
Absolutely. Listen, man, she played all these great parts. She played Sing Sing. She played all kinds of prisons. I mean, she was able to go and do stuff. She looked like an old woman.
Right.
You know, and so people were like, yeah, sure, come in and she would just flatten a place.
Right.
You know, and the great thing about the documentary is I was concerned about the material because, you know, today you listen to comics and it's a whole different thing. They tell you everything, the size of everything and every little pimple.
Yeah.
But Moms, you need to follow what she's saying in order to get it. You have to allow the silences of her beats.
You decided you wanted to make a documentary about her life. So how do you go about doing that? You first went to HBO.
First, we went to HBO.
They said, we're going to make a documentary.
We'll make a documentary. And then it got a little tough for them and us because we had two very different ways of looking at things.
What did they want to do?
They wanted to do more of a biopic.
Right.
And for me, there wasn't, you know, the thing about...
You see, I thought that when you first told me you were doing a Moms Mabley project, I thought you were going to play Moms Mabley.
Well, the whole idea originally was I was going to do it on stage, as a one-person show, and then I realized
I would go see that in a second.
Well, I'm still going to do it, but Howard, I realized that, the last time I did Moms was almost 30 years ago in San Francisco.
Did you? Can you do the impression? Is it?
Oh, Howard, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know I can do Moms, Howard. You know I love your show, don't you?
And she would kind of walk on. Maybe you're right. She wasn't really an old lady, but she would dress like an old lady, and she'd have those like weird shoes,
the big shoes, the
giant
house
shoes.
coat. I mean, she started this character figure 1929, 1930.
Right.
And she was a young woman then.
So Moms was Moms right at 25.
She was a young woman playing an old woman.
Playing an old woman. And when she died in 75, she had grown into Mom.
Right.
And you think about it, there were no roles for black actresses back then unless you were in Gone with the Wind or something. So she created a role for herself as an old woman when you think about it. It was really quite brilliant.
Well, I mean, the thing that I think she figured out was that she had her place and she was going to rock it, and she did.
Do you think the hard part for putting together a documentary is it getting the rights to all of the performances? Do you have that in the documentary?
That was easy. Oh yeah, the getting the rights was easy. It's the pictures and the clips.
And so you have the clips of Moms performing. Do you get the clips of her like on these talk shows?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
There's some great ones. There's a wonderful. She did in the last year of her life. She did. She was on. I think it's the Billboard Awards or the Grammys or something, and she's there with Chris Christopherson. And he can't believe how lucky he is to be.
Mom's Mabley.
She's funny, and then honey, she takes those teeth out.
Oh my God.
And she says she says, what are you gonna? He said, anything you want to do. She would just. And the other great thing is that the material still works.
Did she have a horrible?
It's still funny.
It's still funny.
Whoopi, did she have a horrible personal life, Moms Mabley? I know nothing of today it's so different. You know everything about everyone. Like I know who you've married, who you've done. I know everything. With Moms Mabley, you didn't know anything.
You didn't know where
it.
she came from.
No.
And in a way, the character worked better because you didn't know anything about her. Did she have a personal life?
She had a very good personal life, and there's some secrets that I'm not going to tell you on air, but I'll tell you
one secret.
Let's see. That many of the traumatic stories about her may not be true.
In other words, she might have had a pretty good upbringing.
Yeah.
Wow. And so she embellished?
Well, I think people, and what tends to happen with performers is people embellish for you.
Right.
You almost don't have to do anything.
It's so true.
Yeah. And so suddenly she was, she had been raped twice, and then she had kids, and she gave them away. And so it was this big, giant story that may or may not be true. That's why I didn't want to do a biopic.
Do you get that in your personal life? Like, people come up to you who you don't even know and say, Whoopi, do you remember when you did this? And it's absolutely not true.
Yeah.
Happens all the time, right?
All the time.
Yeah. So you go to HBO. You say, I want to make a documentary on Moms Mabley. They're all for it.
They love it.
Then you start doing it, and they thought you were going to be probably playing Moms Mabley.
No. I think they wanted more of her biography. And what I knew and that they didn't was that there wasn't enough there that was provable. There's a lot of rumor. I didn't want to go with that.
So you say, look, I want to get her performances. I want to turn younger people onto Moms Mabley and people who knew her. Like, okay. So then you go out and you have no trouble getting her performances.
No.
But the trouble that you have producing the documentary is getting photographs of her?
And clips. These clips are expensive.
You talk about the clips from talk shows.
Talk shows and, performance shows that she's done. And,
what was the most expensive clip from what show? Do you recall?
I don't recall. Because what happened was, once people realized that I was actually paying for this out of my pocket, they were like, oh, okay, well, we let's talk about this
All
now.
right,
And
let
I
me
was
see if we can help you. Because you're beloved, and people are like, hey, we don't want...
I'm beliked.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm beloved.
No, you're
beloved.
And people love you, and they don't want... Like, if they think it's a corporation putting it together on HBO, they'll charge a certain amount. So do you have to go to, like, Merv Griffin's estate and say, please give me these clips?
Yes. But not give me.
Right.
What are you going to charge me? And you know who was the best? Who made it the easiest? Hugh Hefner.
Really?
Yeah. Hugh made it so easy for us because Moms did Playboy After Dark.
I remember that.
That was fantastic.
That was a great show.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you go to Hugh Hefner and you say, hey, I need this, and he's like, you know what? Hey,
here you go.
Isn't that surprising that he's so generous that way?
Well, he's always been really nice to me. I've been really lucky with Hugh. He's always been kind, and so he said.
How do you know him?
What?
Have you done the Playboy interview a bunch?
Yeah, well, not a bunch.
Once.
And once or twice I proposed that I would pose for them.
Oh, is that
and they were
right?
Like, yeah, and they were like, no, let's just talk.
Would you have done
Come on,
that?
I want to be in the magazine.
Would you have posed? Was that really a concept of yours?
No, look, these I have not worn a bra since year one. The girls are so far on the floor. They would have to back up so much to get them.
Have you ever appeared nude in any production whatsoever?
No.
Never.
No.
You would never do that.
Please, I know what's under here.
You're not looking to show it off.
I don't want to show anybody.
Well, you're so right, because people say, well, how can, you're so outrageous. How come you've never shown your penis in public? I go, because there's hardly one there. I said, if I had something big to show off, I would show it.
Yeah. If the girls were up on my shoulders, sure, I would be popping them out all the time. But that's not what's going on here. I can tie them in a knot on my head.
So when you started this Moms Mabley project, how does it end up on HBO if HBO and you parted ways?
Because they began to understand that what I was trying to do was the better plan.
It is the better plan.
It is the better plan.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, you could have just shown Moms Mabley on the whole performance of her doing Hugh Hefner's Playboy show.
Right.
But instead, you're taking people around and saying, hey, let me give you an education on Moms Mabley.
Well, yeah, because what I didn't, I don't know how I missed it, but what I didn't understand was that she had played a huge part in the civil rights movement.
She did?
Yes, because she was talking about all of this stuff in her show.
That's true.
In ways that people didn't realize they were getting schooled.
Right.
But they were getting schooled. And so it was like, oh, my God. So you look at the fabric. She did Abraham, Martin, and John after...
right, I remember. Oh, that's right.
Right.
She recorded that.
Yeah. And when you hear her sing it, you get it because you realize, yes, these are people that she knew because she did know John Kennedy. She did go to the White House.
Where did she live?
Things. She lived up in New Rochelle.
Oh, she did?
Mm-hmm. She's from Brevard, North Carolina. That much I know for sure. And she lived in New Rochelle. She worked a lot at the Apollo. She did Carnegie Hall. She played all these places. She was, at one point, the highest paid female entertainer in the world.
You know what I admire about you? You have this passion for Moms Mabley, and you actually went out and did something about it. Now that I think about it, it kind of inspires me because I do have certain people in my life that have influenced me, and I'm fascinated by them.
Right.
And yet, it never occurred to me to say, hey, that's a passion of mine. Why wouldn't I try to turn people on in some sort of documentary or something like that?
Well, I'm sure Howard, in a way, part of it is because you're in your head saying, well, a lot of people will take care of this because a lot of people know who this is.
Right.
The reason this came about is because what I discovered was, A, nobody knew who Moms was anymore, and nobody knows who any of these comics are. Mantan, Marlin, the folks we grew up knowing about.
Who were on the party records.
Yeah, and then you got a guy like Red Fox, who was known from Sanford and Son, but I knew him from his party records, and that's what was really a turn on to me.
I mean, and the fact that we had to do stuff socially. Like, we had to hide. When the parents went out, you waited for them to
and you listened to party records.
And you listened to party records. And so did they. They got together and had a social evening listening to records.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
With Moms Mabley, though, she was so powerful. And now that you're bringing her up, I'm thinking what her life must have been. Here's this talented woman, great comic, but she's definitely, she was born in the wrong time period because, first of all, who would even imagine that she could even get a career on stage?
Well, because
as a black woman.
We had the Chitlin Circuit.
Right.
Which was where all the black folks went to perform because they weren't allowed to perform in a lot of the clubs in the rest of the country. So there was a whole area, where black people went and saw performers that they understood and they knew. And it worked for them because, Mantan Moreland came from there, Peg Leg Bates came from there, a lot of the folks that most people don't know about. That was the performance space, and that's how they got to be better known. And Tyler Perry reawakened that circuit because no one was making
anything for
that group.
Yeah, what's weird too is that it occurs to me. Everyone's always asking me, who do you think the funniest comics are and stuff, and I never mention Mom's Mabley.
None of us do,
and I should. Like she made me laugh till I almost threw up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't laugh that hard at anybody, and Mom's Mabley
she was
could do that.
appointment television. When you heard that
right.
Mom's Mabley was going to be on a show, you sat there.
Yeah, I mean,
did anyone ever put her in a movie or anything?
Oh yeah, she's in 2 films.
Mad World, maybe?
No. I wish.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been great?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But there were no female comics. There were comedians.
Yeah.
But no comics in that movie. No females.
Did you get to meet her family when you made this thing?
No, there's not a lot of folks. Not a lot of folks left.
Wow. Was she married?
It's hard to say.
Wow.
I know
it's a complete mystery.
In a way, it is.
And you identify with her because she was one of your heroes.
Because she was funny, and she told stories. You know, it's like Richard. For me, Richard Pryor that's my brain.
Right.
And Mom's is my brain, because anybody who can tell a story and leave space for a punchline, I think is great.
Right.
You know?
She's brave in that she could literally take a pause on stage.
That's right.
Yeah. That's a weird... I talked to Jerry Seinfeld about that, about timing and stuff.
Yeah.
People say, what do you mean brave? I mean, when you're in front of a crowd, to take a pause...
That's right.
There's silence.
Yes.
And it scares the shit out of you.
Because we're so used to filling every second of every moment of every day. I mean, my God, we can't even go to the bathroom without the telephone.
I remember when I first saw you, it was like that, the one-woman show. When I see that, you took a lot of pauses like Mom's Mabley did. And I always thought when you got involved with Billy Crystal and Robin Williams, when you guys started to do comic relief and you would appear together,
right?
I feel those guys were not in your rhythm. Robin Williams is a kind of tell me if I'm right about this, because I've always wanted to ask you. I always feel Robin Williams is this frantic kind of, he's got his own energy. It's and I felt Billy would stand there and almost try to be his straight man, like his Carl Reiner, the Mel Brooks. And he would try, and then you would be on the stage and you work a completely different way. You'll work through an impression and a character and stuff. And then you're sitting there going like, I'm trying to sort of figure out where I fit in with these two guys. And was it awkward for you ever when you were doing comic relief?
Because the boys didn't let it be awkward for me, but I felt awkward because I didn't know how to do what they did.
Right, that's not your shtick.
It wasn't my thing, but they loved me enough to let me, to carry me along to play.
Yeah.
And so because of them, though, I've learned how to do stand-up.
But were they gracious enough to you? Because they should have let you play in the style that you do. Like, they could have...
Oh, no, they fought a lot for me to do the things I got to do.
Are you still friendly with those guys?
Oh, yeah.
You are? Like, when
I
you
just
say
did a thing.
You, but aside from the work, because when you guys got on stage, it was exciting. It was like, hey, look at these...
They call and they say, you all right? Just out of the blue, I'll get a note, or...
Billy will call you, or Robin will call you.
Robin will call and say, I haven't
about
heard
you.
anything about it. I haven't heard, is everything... Because, people get nervous if they don't hear anything.
Right. What happened?
I'm underground for the most part.
Will you ever get together with them socially? Will you guys ever go out to dinner together? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have a close relationship.
Yeah. They're like, I mean, this is sounding crazy, but they're like my big brothers.
I can't figure... you have to fill in holes in your life for me, okay? Because I don't understand certain things, how they all came about. Where were you born?
Chelsea, 26th Street and 10th Avenue.
And your name was Karen at that point?
Yes, still is Karen.
Right. Does anyone call you Karen anymore?
Yeah.
Who calls you Karen? Who has that?
My mom calls me Karen until she passed.
She did?
Yeah.
But is that the only person who called you?
No, my brother will call me Karen.
And the like Mom's Mabley, there are sketchy parts of your past. I can't find out if they are true or not.
Yes.
Your mom was she a drug addict?
Oh God, no. I was the drug addict.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
But your mom and dad split.
Yeah.
And your dad was one of those dads that never showed up, I get the feeling.
No, he came around when he was in the mood.
I feel like it was, though, a disastrous situation.
Oh, no.
It wasn't?
No. See, this is the thing. People assume...
Well, let's get it straight.
This is the filling in.
Yeah,
this is the filling in for you.
Well, because from what I read about you, that your dad...
can't
go by that.
Can't go by any of that.
Your dad left, I thought.
Right.
And
they
then
split up.
And I thought like it was... no dad in the picture.
Well, he wasn't living with us, and
Right.
and
But was there regular visitation? It wasn't like today where you have half the week with your dad and half the week with your mom.
No.
It was your mom raised you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And at 8 years old, you start performing on stage. You started to go and do shows.
When I was 7, we have the Hudson Guild is downtown, and it's a settlement house, and they had a children's program that Helena Rubinstein paid for.
Wow.
And so I was part of the Helena Rubinstein Children's Theater at the Hudson Guild.
And did people recognize you at that theater group as someone as almost like a prodigy that you were were you a great performer right away?
I probably wasn't, but I liked it. I was a bold performer.
Did you say that I am going to be a great performer one day? Did you say that to yourself? Was that your fantasy growing up?
What I said to my mother was, I want to do this. I like this.
Was your mother the type that would say, "Hey,
Go for it.
You're not gonna get to do this.
Oh, no.
Look at where you live. Look at who you are. Forget it." No, she was supportive.
My mother said, "Listen, this is what my mother said to me. If you can handle the fact that not everybody's going to like what you do, if you can handle the fact that not everybody's going to understand and therefore not like what you do,
right,
you'll be fine. If you want to follow the crowd and do what everybody does, that's fine too. So you have to make a decision."
Most performers, I think, go into it because they're looking for love.
Right.
And it's almost, you expect it to be magical that everyone will love you.
Yeah,
So your mother's advice was actually brilliant.
Listen, my mom was a Head Start teacher, really smart, crazy smart woman.
Right.
And she knew that she had two very different children because I was also dyslexic. I am dyslexic. And so trying to figure out how to learn things and help me get to where I needed to go. She understood it. And so it never freaked her out, and she did what she did.
Were you a bad student?
I was a bad student if you needed me to read or figure numbers. Very bad.
Have you figured out how to read now? Or is it just painful for you and you just kind of skip it?
Reading is great. I like doing it now that I have it down, but my eyes get so tired now that I started to do audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great company called Audible.com.
Yeah, Gary's been telling us that you two are Audible fans together.
I'm telling you, every book that you could possibly want, and especially, I think you need to do some of the books. I think you need to do some of the books.
He needs to be reading books to you?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why would you want me reading a book?
Because you're fun. You make it fun.
Me reading a book would not be fun. I'd be commenting on the book and you get really annoyed with me.
But see, that's what's great about you, Howard. The commentary is half the fun.
That's the fun of it.
And I'm so glad to see you,
well,
Robin.
Thank you. It's good to be here and be able to see you in person.
And I can't wait for your book. I have to read your book because I know you're a vegan now.
Yes.
I've thought about it. It's not going to happen, but I like.
Look, let's get as close as we can.
That's right.
A vegetable,
one vegetable
would be
a day.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Don't go crazy.
Just add a vegetable.
Do you have not evolved like Robin? You are still eating meat?
I do still eat meat.
I'm surprised.
Why?
Well, because I just see you as maybe
in
somebody
that Hollywood crowd. It's hard.
At least give up the red meat.
Have you seen my ass? This is not a Hollywood behind, honey.
So let me get back to this, okay? Because I need to understand your career trajectory.
Okay.
So here you are. You're this talented, lovely kid with this great mother. How do you become a drug addict? Because that seems like you were in a tremendously sad place that you would become a heroin addict.
No, for me, it was the times, and it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Oh, dear.
Everybody looked,
They look cool?
Everybody looked really cool.
Oh,
and,
dear.
And the other thing is,
who looked cool to you? The rock stars and things who were like.
Oh no, this is before. This is before the rock stars started doing it. Just, the beginning of the '60s was a whole different groove.
Who turns you on to heroin, though? I could see smoking some weed. I could see.
We smoked we did everything.
Who's we? Did you have close friends?
Some friends, some close friends. They're all gone. So I don't want to disparage any of them.
What do you mean they're all gone?
They're all dead.
All of your friends are dead.
From that time.
From that time.
Is that true?
The folks that were doing all the stuff I was doing, they saved me, Howard.
How did they save you?
They
by dying.
They were
I guess.
slightly older than me.
Right.
And they just said, "This is not for you. This is not the life for you, and we're not going to help you anymore. And you need to stop."
How bad was your habit?
Kind of bad.
I mean, like you were spending money, and you didn't have the money to spend.
No,
You weren't a
didn't
rich
have the-
person.
No, I wasn't rich.
And so
but I could make money happen. It's kind of a skill, you know.
How did you make money happen? You took a lot of shitty jobs?
A lot of shitty jobs.
But you never had to rob or anything like that?
No.
What was the shittiest job you had at that time?
Cleaning toilets.
Oh.
Where did you clean toilets? Subways. And so you
That's
apply-
the worst. Those are the worst
I didn't even know
toilets.
somebody was behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's like, "Oh."
Just cause somebody to retch. And you see some pretty horrible things when you do that.
Yeah.
And so you do it, and then all of your money is going toward heroin.
Drugs. Just drugs, acid, whatever was out there.
And you acted out sexually? Were you very loose?
No, I wasn't too loose. I was happy high.
And you got off heroin without any help? You just kind of
I
said
got
that's
help
it?
from the folks that I used to get high with. They stopped. They
But
stopped
withdrawal
everything.
is a bitch.
A little bit of a monster, yeah.
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 And
3, 4, 5 days, 8 days, 10 days. You know, but they cleaned me up.
And your big break really came out of doing a one-woman show.
Yes.
Even when you were cleaning toilets and you're doing heroin, and you probably didn't even
Now,
see...
that was all done. That by the time I
All
started
over.
doing all of that.
Where did
that
you
was
get
all
the
done.
guts? How did you develop that one-woman show where you did all those characters?
Because I was living in San Diego trying to get parts.
You would go out on auditions.
And I'd go on auditions, and they'd kind of look at me and go, "Come on, really? You want to be really?" And so I
Well,
wrote
wait a second.
show.
What do you mean, really? Like, what
well,
was it?
because you go in for Juliet.
All right.
And you know
You're not Juliet.
not to them
Right.
at that time.
Right.
You know, this is 40, maybe 35 years ago, but I was capable of doing it.
Right.
And so I put together a show. That the original show was put together so people would know I was capable of doing all of these things.
Was the only training you had the Helena Rubinstein? That was it. That program.
That was it, yeah.
How many years was that program?
Till I left New York.
So you never went to college for acting. You never did any of that.
No.
And you said, "Wait a second. The only way I'm ever going to get an acting job is if I create my own material."
Yeah.
And so you begin to develop characters. And out of that show, who sees you first? Is it Spielberg? Is he the one who sees the show and discovers you?
Someone in San Francisco saw it and wrote to a man called David White, who used to run Dance Theater Workshop downtown.
Right.
And he periodically would do one-person shows, a group of them.
Right.
And so I get this call from a guy in New York saying, "Listen, I'm doing this thing. I hear you do this." And I was like, "Okay. Am I coming to New York?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, cool." He said, "Do you have a place to stay?" I said, "Yeah, I stay with my mom."
Right.
"Where are you guys?" He said, "We're on 17th Street." I was like, "Great. I'm from 26th and 10th. I'll be right over."
And you had no nervousness going up on stage and doing a one-woman show?
No, because I knew the characters.
Right.
I knew them.
And was it frightening to you the first time you do it? And let's say you do take those pauses and you start to do a character and you don't hear the audience responding. Was it seems to me like it was just so natural to you.
It was. That's the only way I could
And you
put it.
wrote the whole thing yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Well,
if that's the only thing you'd ever done, it would have been amazing.
It would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
And then who knew all this other stuff was coming?
When Spielberg finds out about this one-woman show, does he come down and see it?
No, he got a hold of my manager, Sandy Gallen,
And how?
and said I would like her when she comes to California if she could bring the show, because I'd like to see what she's doing. And so Sandy said, "So Steven Spielberg would like you to go." And I'm thinking, "Oh, I want to be in Raiders of the Lost
Right,
Ark."
you'll be in Star Wars.
Yeah,
I could do that.
I want to get eaten by a shark.
Yeah,
why not?
I could do this. And
Right.
so
I could be in
go.
E.T., right?
Yeah.
Because
you know?
up until then, he'd never done a project like Color Purple before,
Right.
which was a serious film. It wasn't an action film.
Right.
And so you mean he said, "Hey, if you ever bring your one-woman show to L.A., tell me and I'll come see it"?
No, I brought it to Amblin, to the studio there.
Wait a second. You're telling me you went to his studio, performed your one-woman show just in front of him?
No, he said it was him and some friends. And when I came out, It was Michael Jackson and Ashford and Simpson and Quincy Jones and.
Oh my God!
Wow, that's kind of where.
What an intimidating crowd!
Yes.
When you go, first of all, when you're going there, then you assume, hey, okay, I'm doing this for Steven Spielberg.
Right.
Already as a big-time director.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous then to do it?
I'm very nervous because they've also said to me, "Do not do some of the other material."
What do you mean, the more racy material?
No, I had a whole. There was a lot of material that wasn't in
the one-woman show.
The one-woman show.
Yeah.
One of them being Blee T. About the black ET that comes and he lands in Oakland. And they said, do not
under
do
no
this.
circumstances.
No circumstances do this.
Because what? They're afraid you'll offend the great Steven Spielberg.
I think they thought it would be offensive. And so now I do my show, do everything I'm supposed to do, and people are saying more.
Right.
And that...
Now you got to get into that other material.
I say, I don't really have much more. I have one thing, but they told me not to do it. But if you want me to do it, and they said, yeah. And I said, okay. And I figured this is the end of my career.
Right.
It started at the beginning of the show, and now it's over.
And they say they want more. You do Black E.T., Blee T.
And he is on the floor.
He loved it.
He loved it.
And that teaches us a lesson, doesn't it? It's like, you know what, sometimes the more outrageous you are, or when everyone tells you no, sometimes you should say yes.
That's what you absolutely need to do.
Well, sometimes you have to gauge for yourself.
Right.
You know, is this a person who can deal with it? And the answer was yes.
Yeah.
And what an audition. Like, he never asked you to read for him specifically for The Color Purple.
No.
He never said, hey,
And then he laid that on me.
What did he say?
He said, well, I'm going to be doing The Color Purple. I said, oh, cool. I read the book. My daughter and I, we stopped our bus. We listened to it because Alice Walker was reading it in San Francisco somewhere. And I just said that how great it was going to be that he was doing it. He said, well, I would like you to be in it. And I was like, as what?
Right.
He said, well, I want you to play Celie. I said, I don't think I can do that.
Now, why did you say that?
Because I'd never made a movie. I didn't know anything about making movies. And I said to him, so what does it take, like couple weeks? Because I thought it was like you do, like you would film a play.
This is the exact opposite advice they always give everyone. They always say, if you go in an audition, say you can do anything, and don't. But you do the exact opposite, and it all works.
Well, I didn't want to lie to him.
Right.
I didn't want him to think that I actually knew anything about making movies.
Sandy Gowan was probably ready to kill you because...
No, Sandy wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Sandy wasn't there.
Because, I mean, so you tell Steven Spielberg, it's very nice of you to offer me this role, but I don't even know anything about making movies. I can't do it. And he insists that you do it.
And he says, well, I know a lot about making movies, and I can help you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I was like, okay, but if I'm really bad, he said, I got it covered.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
So now, who's the first person? So you're freaking out, I'm sure.
I'm totally freaking out, but I can't tell anybody.
Well, wait a second. When he says this to you, is Quincy Jones standing there, Michael Jackson, and everyone else?
No, Quincy, I think, was in another room because Quincy was one of the producers as well.
Right.
And so Quincy is aware of what's happening. And
what's Michael Jackson doing during this? He's just sitting and enjoying?
Oh, no. We're in the next day.
Okay,
I've already done the performance is done. Everybody.
Did Michael Jackson laugh? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's really funny because we became friends. And that's another person who would call and check.
Wow.
Say how you doing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Wow, that original crew was pretty incredible. I can't believe it.
Neither could I.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that is the most intimidating situation, and in a way, the perfect test for Steven Spielberg to see what you could handle.
Yeah.
Because you put a room full of people like that together, if you can hold up, you could go on a movie set and do anything.
Yeah.
Was it hard the first day on the set for the movie?
No. What it was it was insane because my mouth was open like this. Oh, we're on radio. You can't tell. Okay, my mouth was hanging open because, I was sitting at a table. And I'm dressed as Celie, and I'm sitting at a table. We're in the juke joint, and the guys are setting everything up, and they put a light in the in the flower thing that was sitting on the table. And I was like, what is that for?
Yeah.
And he was saying, well, that's so we can see your face. What? I was like, that's how you do that. I mean, you know, at one point there are several things that happen. There's a field full of purple flowers. Right. And then there's a field full of corn. And I come in, and the field full of corn is there. And we go and rehearse, and I come out, and half the field is gone. Wow. And I see them putting the purple flowers in. It's like, oh, that's how you do. Because you never, I mean, it never occurred to me that things weren't growing when you see them growing in the movies. Right. And the greatest thing was, it has not, all that I know about movie making has not altered how I see movies. I still believe what I'm seeing in the movies, which I'm really happy about.
Right, yeah, you still
you don't
suspend
see the inner workings, you see the movies.
You still suspend disbelief and go, wow, it's pretty incredible. Yeah. And it is mind-blowing. So when they send you the script, when you get the part, you can't tell anyone. Why can't you tell anyone?
Because Stephen wasn't ready for folks to have the information that he was doing.
So you don't even tell your mother, you don't tell anyone. You tell your mother, that's it. But anyone else, that's it.
I couldn't tell anybody. So, in the newspapers, I would see, Diana Ross being considered for Seeley. I'd be like,
no.
Wait. And then I'd call and say, listen, I hate to bother you, but I just read this. He said, no, it's just rumor.
That's going to be you.
Okay, it's still you. And so you'd see all of this happening, and then, suddenly they said, okay, we're doing it.
Are you still friendly with Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
So when he does Abraham Lincoln and the movie, do you send him immediately a note, or do you call him?
No, well, I went to see it.
Right.
Because I just thought it was great. And friends of mine are in it. You know, Esapatha Murkison, who was on Law and Order. She's in it. So, I got friends in it. I love to go see my friends working. So
it's pretty exciting.
And I said, yeah, it is very exciting, because I can say I know them.
Yeah, it's part of the excitement of being famous and in show business. You know a couple of these people. Yes, it's exciting.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like, who gets to do that?
Yeah.
So when that movie is being made, do you get close to Oprah?
Yeah, we're tight.
Well, it was weird to me that you and Oprah for years fought. Not fought.
No.
But you assumed that Oprah hated you.
Yes, and she assumed that I hated her.
Why? How does that happen?
Again, people say, hey, so-and-so's doing this, and you're not there. And it's like, oh, okay.
In other words, Oprah's having a party and didn't invite you.
And didn't invite you. Or someone would say to Oprah, hey, Whoopi's doing this, and she didn't invite you. And what I discovered, and when she and I finally sat down, because we met up at Tyler Perry's house. Right. And I said, what did I do? She said, no, you, what did I do? Right. I said, you didn't do anything. She said, well, you didn't do it. I said, well, what the hell?
Yeah.
10 years, 11, 15 years almost of not really. And, my mom adored Oprah. Right. We were all very close. And so, she was like, I don't know why I didn't just pick up the phone. And I had to say the same thing. So,
You always seem like the type of person to me who will write someone a note. You've done that to me.
Yeah.
And you will pick up the phone and call people.
And I didn't in this case. And I don't know why, Howard. It's odd.
You were close to Oprah during the making of the thing. You say your mother got friendly with her as well. And you guys really enjoyed one another.
Yeah.
And then when you won the Academy Award, did you think maybe there was hostility there?
Oh, no.
Why would that be, Howard?
I don't know, maybe a jealousy of some
God,
kind?
no, but please, honey, she's she was the queen of everything.
I know.
So she wasn't looking at me.
I know, I just can't believe
She wasn't going, damn, Whoopi got that. No, she was like,
It must have been an incredible experience to go from, you were broke, you were cleaning toilets, you started to do your one-woman show, but that wasn't making any money, right? Real money.
Well, enough money to live on.
To live.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden now, you probably weren't paid a lot of money for The Color Purple.
Well,
more money than you had seen.
But I'm saying you weren't. Yeah. But when you won the Academy Award,
not for The Color Purple,
for Ghost,
yeah.
which to me,
but we were nominated.
Okay, you were nominated. Yeah. Everything changes, right? After you're in a huge, you start getting scripts and all that other stuff. No.
I'm still Black, Howard.
And that held you back.
I don't think it held me back because I worked all the time, but it wasn't like scripts were coming in. Yeah.
Because, and you're right. When you're a Black actress,
yes,
it's hard enough white actresses getting a decent role. When you're a Black actress, especially things maybe are getting a little better, not great,
so.
but then no one says, hey, Whoopi as the lead in Pretty Woman, or Whoopi as the lead in this.
They have to go through all the people first. Everybody has to say no first.
Everybody else in Hollywood had to be busy
no before I can get the part.
Yeah, and it's so true. And it's like a lot of times a role is generic. Anyone could play it, and yet they
don't think
the
that
director
way.
go,
Yeah.
I never thought a black woman in that role.
But it is changing slightly. I mean, we see it on Broadway. This wonderful
people
Felicia's
are taking
daughter
every
doing,
role.
Juliet.
Yeah.
With Orlando Bloom. I mean, it's happening. It's always going to be slow. It just is.
To me, the quintessential role for you as an actress is the role in Ghost. I mean, it makes sense that you won the Academy Award for that. Because, I mean, it is one of that movie holds up, and your performance is unbelievable.
It's the linchpin of the whole movie.
Well, the only reason I got the part was because of
Patrick.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I had a friend of mine come to my house in L.A. and say, I said, what's the matter? She said, girl, I just came from this audition. Every black woman in the world has gone out for it. People got up out the grave to go audition for this thing. And I'm like in my head going, I haven't heard about it.
Where have I been?
Told me.
Right.
So, we have lunch and everything. And so I call my agent, and I say, hey, I just heard about this thing. There's all these women go. They say, oh, he said, I was afraid you were going to hear about this. And I said, why? He said, because they don't want you. And I said, oh. Is
what
it?
I do.
Yeah.
Why are you the only black woman
only
they
black
don't
woman
want?
they didn't want? Because the writer felt that I was too recognizable.
Right. Well, when you think about it, you got into The Color Purple, and Stephen probably loved that you were this sort of unknown.
Yeah.
And wasn't looking for Diana Ross.
No.
And now all of a sudden you're known, and everyone goes, well, we got to get somebody who isn't known.
And so I said, oh, okay. I felt kind of bad, but I was like, okay, because I was on
now
my
here's
way.
a black role you can't get.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's
crazy.
Always crazy. And so I go down to Alabama because Sissy Spacek and I are making Long Walk Home. And I get a call from my agent who says, hey, you remember that movie that you wanted to audition for? And I said, which one? He said, the one Ghost. I said, oh, yeah. He said, well, they'd like to come and audition you. And I said, what? He said, yeah, they want to come down and see you. I said, what happened? He said, well, they put Patrick
Swayze
in the part. And Patrick's first question was, why isn't Whoopi Goldberg doing this? Does she not want it? Did she not like it? And they said, well, no, we haven't gone to her. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's perfect.
Right.
They said, well, no, the writer feels that it would take people out of the movie. And he says, well, I don't think I'm going to sign on to this until we at least audition her.
Right. Wow.
I never met him.
Right.
And they said, okay, because they really wanted him. And so they came down to Montgomery, Alabama.
Wow.
And Patrick Swayze and I met, and the first thing we did was start laughing. I don't know what it was, but somehow we were connected. I can't explain it. And we just started having fun, and they went back, and a couple of days later, I got the offer.
When Patrick Swayze had the kind of juice to do that because he had that huge hit movie already, the one with the baby. Yeah. So he had the
Dirty Dancing.
He had the huge hit movie, so he had the clout to do that and the juice to even say, "Hey, I'm not doing this without Whoopi Goldberg."
At least audition her. And if she's wrong for it, then I'm not going to stick it. But
there are people who come along in your life who give you those kind of breaks, and it's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Was it? It must without asking, without. Of course, it must have been difficult when he was dying, right? Did you have a last conversation with him?
Yeah, I forget what we were doing. I might have been doing the Whoopi show, and he was kind enough to come and do a part on it. Yeah. And he said, look, I got the time I got. I'm having as much fun as I can have, and I'm going out like I came in, a big baby.
Wow.
I love. He was unlike anybody. He was just a good person.
Yeah.
And so he's the one I thanked when I got my Oscar because he and the casting director who had been bugging the director to at least let me come and audition.
What'd your mom say when you got that Oscar?
Well, it's really strange how she wasn't there.
Why?
Because she did not. She went when I was nominated for Color Purple. She was in the audience. We were there, and we didn't win, but we lost to somebody who you respect.
Who'd you lose to?
Geraldine Fitzgerald.
Oh, Gerald.
Who did Trip to Bountiful?
Uh-huh.
You should have won it.
No. This woman had done such good work for so long, but because she was a New York actress,
she was overlooked.
Never won.
Right.
But she won this time for a really great part, which also Cicely Tyson, this tells you it's a great part. Cicely Tyson won the Tony for it.
Right.
It's a great part.
Right.
And she was great in it. So she won. And it was like, and she grew up in, she didn't grow up in Chelsea, but she lived in Chelsea with Rip Torn.
Right.
So I would see them, in my youth. And so it was like family one. So it was great. But she didn't want to be disappointed in public. My mother was really very private, so she didn't want anyone to see that she would be disappointed if I didn't win.
Well, that's crazy, right?
And so I call her, and she didn't even watch.
She didn't want to jinx it.
So I called her. I said, "Ma," she said, "Hello, Karen." I said, "Were you watching?" She went, "Watching what?" I said, "Ma, come on. The Oscars are on." She said, "No, I wasn't watching." I said, "Well, I won." She said, "Good for you."
Oh, my God. Did she dislike the name Whoopi? I mean, it was you were named Whoopi because you farted a lot.
Yes.
And so didn't she find that, oh, my daughter is Karen, sweet Karen, why is she Whoopi?
No, because she understood me.
Yeah.
She understood me. I've had so many nicknames in my life, Howard, it would just knock you out.
When you were shooting Ghost, did you know it was going to be a blockbuster mega hit?
No, we were all shocked when we saw it.
It seemed like a little film probably when you were shooting it.
It was a little tiny,
Was it awkward for you to kiss? I mean, one of the most romantic screen kisses ever were you and Demi Moore.
Yeah.
You made out, and that's when Patrick Swayze gets to kiss his wife.
Right.
Was it awkward for you? I mean, you're straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever been into women, as far as I can tell.
Once or twice, I think.
You mean the full? You mean the full thing with a woman?
No, not the full thing.
How far did you get?
A little far.
Titties? You felt them up?
Maybe.
A little bit. You experimented.
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
I don't know.
You forget. You draw a blank.
Time ago. No, not
Was it Barbara Walters that you felt up?
No. But you know how many women I've kissed in the movies? I kissed Suge Avery.
Right.
I had a
that's
giant
right.
kiss
Yeah,
with
Celie
her.
was.
And Celie was gay.
Yeah, right. Right.
And I think there might be maybe two more. I can't remember which ones. But no, I'm straight as hell.
But it was a romantic kiss, nevertheless. It wasn't awkward?
No, because it was, in my head, I was Patrick.
And we all assume that when you make a great movie like with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, that you all run off and become great friends afterwards. But that's not the case, right? It's a job, and you do it. And
sometimes you do.
Yeah.
And Patrick and I became friends. I see Demi from time to time, and we're all cool.
It's got to be a great memory, right?
It is a great memory.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. Do you watch that on TV when it airs?
I don't watch any of them.
You don't watch your movies?
No.
Why don't you?
I know how they end.
Right. No, is it because...
No, seriously. I know the end.
Yeah, but I
only want to see stuff I don't know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, but
you don't want to revisit or remember, no?
No, because it becomes about, that's the day I had the bad period.
Right.
I had cramps. I had
But maybe it's just the opposite. Maybe it's like, wow, that was like some of the best times in my life, and it's almost painful to remember. Like, it was so good. Like, I don't need to
I don't need the
that.
movie for that. The great memories... I'm lucky enough to still actually have them and celebrate them because I think about them all the time.
When you were so to me, even when you started to do a radio show, or you start even with The View, which is a great gig for you, and it's wonderful. But I still feel like, as an actress, you didn't get to finish your mission. That there were more movie roles you should have done, and I don't know what happened there.
I had to stop.
Why?
I had to stop because I got overwhelmed with the business of it and not the art. I've always been an artist. That's how I always saw myself.
What do you mean? If you did a movie and it tanked, you took it to heart And
well, I didn't, even if I didn't take it to heart, other people took it to heart for you.
Right.
People love to remind you, hey, you remember that really shitty movie you did?
Oh.
Wow,
Right.
boy, was that bad. It's like,
no.
I know it was bad.
And that affects you.
It did. It began to. And so I had to leave L.A. I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Because everything becomes about the business. Your value becomes, hey, your last movie only made $7 million, and it becomes an embarrassment.
Well, people are embarrassed for you. See, I always think that if people come to see my movie, anybody comes to see my movie, it's a good thing.
It's a miracle, right? Yeah. Someone's watching me.
Yeah.
Right.
But it somehow you had to live up to all these expectations, which I couldn't do. I couldn't.
Well, it's an unfortunate profession because if you're an actor, you've got to act, and there's only so many good roles. So you can't even predict what's going to be good half the time, right? And so you do it. And if it could just be, if you could throw it off like a mosquito bite, if you could just say, it didn't do well, but I'll go on to my next thing, you'd be fine with that. But the problem is you're too sensitive for it.
Well, Whoopi, did you have the extra added burden of carrying the black race with you?
There was also that.
Yeah, because you were it.
Yeah. And, people would, boy, you're not as funny as Eddie Murphy. You're not as funny. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to be. I'm just this. And why do you look like that? And what's the, why don't you wear a bra? And what's wrong with your hair? And what's up with your face?
Yeah.
And,
it's too much.
Getting it from everybody.
So in other words, what your mother said to you so many years ago, if you want to be an actress, you have to handle not everyone loving you. You couldn't handle it.
No, what I couldn't handle was people picking at me. I don't mind criticizing. I can take the criticism.
Do you have a Twitter account?
I do have Twitter.
There's a lot of negativity on that, too.
There's a lot of negativity.
Does it bother you?
Yeah. I mean, I have now learned that what I need to do is not be on it. As much.
Okay.
But when I have something I want to say, like I've been bitching about this, the idea that guys are working in Washington and getting paid.
Right.
They're getting paid.
You're upset.
I mean, I have friends who are in the military. Their wives, can't go to the PX and get stuff because the PX is closed.
And that's a great forum to get that kind of stuff out.
Yes.
You can't do it on The View. You can't get overly political and stuff. But yet, when you put that out there, someone's going to write back, hey, shut the fuck up, you're an asshole.
Yeah. And I say, yes, I'm the biggest asshole you'll ever meet.
So you
but
engage.
It doesn't change
the fact.
Sometimes, but it doesn't change this fact.
Yeah.
And this fact is that these guys should not be should not be pulling paycheck while everybody else is on furlough. I just think it's wrong. So I don't mind that.
You once said something so startling to me, and I felt actually sad. You said that of all the men that you've been married 3 times and you've had we all know about your long-term love affair, right? You said that you never loved any of those men, that you only married people so you'd feel normal.
Yes.
What does that mean, feel normal?
Well, I just thought if I could be in a normal place, like do a normal
do some time in the jail.
Yeah, doing normal stuff.
Well, it seems like when all of society's hooking up with someone and getting married and living that life, it seems like it's something you should be doing.
Yes.
And again, it almost seems like your self-worth is who you're tied up with.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is why I am very, very happy that I found a couple of years ago that I'm okay without hooking up. If I want to be with somebody, I can go be with them, but I don't have to live with them. I don't have to make their life my life. I can actually have my own life. And I've been with someone, whether it was my kid, since now she's all grown up. She's got 3 kids.
When you had your child, you had a child very young.
No.
Yes.
I was married 18. That's not very young.
That's young.
That's
a
so
kid.
young.
Is that
18?
Seriously?
You're a baby at 18.
Seriously, that's a child.
Yeah, I mean, 18, you hadn't even experienced your life. And did you fall into that pattern? Was your first husband, I know you guys divorced, was he around to help you raise your daughter?
No, because I ended up going to California.
Oh, so you moved away.
So I moved away.
And you were done with him.
Yeah.
And you had to raise your daughter on your own.
Yeah.
And so you never really loved him. You were probably too young to really know what love was.
Well, apparently, listening to y'all, I was way young.
That. Yeah.
I wasn't in. No, I've.
But you said there was one man you did love.
Yes.
Who did you love?
A nice man.
A guy?
Was he famous? Was he anybody? Oh, okay.
No.
It wasn't Ted Danson?
No.
I figured you loved him.
It's so funny because people, one has so many. Well, maybe one doesn't, but I think people have so many relationships that there's never one that stuck out for me that was like the boom, except this one guy, and he had nothing to do with the business. He's just a great cat, but he died.
How old were you when you met the real love of your life?
Probably 30.
You were going out with him. You knew you were in love. It felt different than anything you'd ever experienced before.
It was kind.
Yeah.
It was kind, and it wasn't based on anything except mutual respect and fun.
What
and
did he
we
die
laughed.
from?
He died of AIDS.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he a drug guy?
No. He had a what do you call it? A
transfusion.
Transfusion.
Oh my God, that must have been unbearable. I would think that because it's like, oh no, not from a hospital, not from a transfusion.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, you know.
How long did that relationship go on for?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half. Best year and a half of a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the best, but it was one of the most solid. It was one of the most solid.
Do you think it would have lasted?
Don't know.
Yeah.
And I
Were you with him when he died?
I was not with him when he died.
You guys had broken up already.
He pushed me away.
Because he couldn't handle that he was
He
dying.
didn't want. Yeah, he didn't want me to say.
I get that. If I was with a woman I loved and stuff, I'd almost be like, I gotta be. You
are with a woman you love.
Yeah,
Aren't you
that's right.
married?
No, I'm saying if I was with a woman I loved and I got seriously ill, I'd be like, you don't want to be. Everyone go away.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You would do that, Howard?
Well, of course, everyone would have to stay with me. But I understand that. But that must have hurt you tremendously.
Yes. But I understood. I got it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's when somebody says this is what I need, then you got to go, okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. How sad.
No.
Did you go to his funeral?
No. He did not have a funeral.
What do you mean he didn't have a funeral?
He did not want a funeral.
Wow. This is some guy.
He was pretty great. He was a pretty great guy.
That's macho. No funeral.
He's like, look.
How do you not have a funeral? I mean, you mean just somebody puts you in the ground? That's it?
No, you're scattered.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you just get blown away.
Wow.
It was good. And it should not make anybody sad. This was a guy who lived a great life, the life that he wanted to live, and you know, he was a great man for me, and I had a great time with him, and I have nothing but happy when I think about him.
Were you early on a phone sex operator?
Once, yeah.
Can you make money doing that?
I don't know if you can now.
You would get on with guys. You went to work at a place where you would...
No, you do it from home.
You do it from home?
You did it from home, yeah.
How many calls would you take a day?
In the evening, never in the day. Maybe 40.
Could you make decent bread doing that?
Not really, not really.
And guys would call up, and what? You keep...
And women.
And the trick is to keep them on the line as long as you can.
Yeah.
Women call?
Yeah. You would be oh my goodness, you would be so surprised.
I like when Robin acts like she doesn't call phone sex. So great.
I talked to Whoopi, actually.
See, but you know what it is most of the time you would think that it was really about the sex.
Yeah.
But people are calling because they're lonesome.
And they want a connection.
And they just want a connection.
So you would have to talk dirty to them.
No, you would just have to talk.
It.
No,
Howard, if I said, baby, I want to fuck your brains out, what are you going to say to me?
Can you say that?
No, I'm probably just lost my job. But Whoopi, if I say to you, your job...
If you call and you called the line and that's what you did, yes. But what I'm saying to you is, shockingly, 98% of the people that called were not looking for sex.
But wait a second. If I call a phone sex line and I say, hey, baby, you know, I'm there. I'm a guy. I want to jerk off. Hey, baby.
Hey,
what's happening over there?
What's happening over where you are?
Well, I got my penis in my hand.
Wow.
And that's pretty pathetic, actually. But you should see it's about an inch. But baby, what are you wearing right now?
What do you think I'm wearing?
I think you're naked right now.
I could be.
Oh, you are a tease. You're a temptress.
Do you think so?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes.
Now, don't forget to include your credit card in this.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah, you always got to make sure you do that.
Wait a second, baby. Are you the woman from The Color Purple and Ghost? Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Oh, hey.
Oh.
When you must have heard some disgusting things at that job.
I'm trying to think. You know what? I don't think so, actually, because it would stick in my head. What sticks in my head is how sad it was.
I would think the word
That made me sad.
It did make you sad.
It made me sad.
Is that why you quit?
I quit because it just wasn't working for me.
You've worked at a funeral parlor too, right?
I worked at a funeral parlor.
Did you handle the dead?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you made them up, right? You were a
I did
makeup
hair
artist.
and makeup.
Is that the freakiest thing ever?
It's not. When you get the young ones, that's what freaks you out.
I mean, kids.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
the one you don't want. But let's talk about something else.
Oh my God, you're depressing me.
I know, I'm depressing myself.
Oh my! Oh, I'll talk about
We
something.
were having such a good time.
So
What
the View.
happened?
So what happened on The View? Jenny McCarthy, I think you're terrific on The View. They say that you're the most popular person on The View, that when you joined The View, the ratings went up 7%, which is a pretty big way to jump.
Right.
I was surprised, but maybe not so much. They got rid of Elizabeth and Joy. Was that heartbreaking to you? Do you feel close to those two?
Yeah, I miss them.
You
I
do.
talk to them, from time to time. I send everybody emails.
Are you brought in on that decision?
No.
At all?
No.
No one says to you, hey, we're going to really... In other words, you've got to go along with it or else you're out. And that's Barbara's call.
I don't know if it's the studio. I don't know whose call it is, but it ain't my call.
I know you always say, hey, Barbara gave me the job, and I love Barbara, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah,
and I know you
And
were.
we've known each other a long time, she and I.
But when I did the show, the one time, I was sitting there. It looked like you were aggravated with her when she interrupts every minute and takes over. You looked physically pained to me, and I don't know if that's the case, but I tell everyone Whoopi does not like Barbara.
I know you do.
I do because
and they write about it in the news.
Yes, I believe it.
You started
I
that.
started it, and I admit it. I saw the look of pain on your face.
I was in pain.
What is it, Gary? How dare you interrupt my conversation?
Whoopi's got to be somewhere. She's got to go to work.
That is bullshit.
And she contractually has to be there.
Whoopi control. Oh, that's so impressive that you contractually have to be
They're going
there.
to come get you.
They will come get me.
Throw you in View
But no,
jail if you're
I
late.
was in pain that day.
I didn't even get to the Hollywood Squares years. I wanted to ask you about that.
Well, then maybe I can come back, Howard.
I feel you did that. I feel you did that for the money because you got $14 million to be.
Who told you, Chow? Who told you that?
I heard you got $14 million to be on Hollywood Squares.
Never.
Raise your right hand and swear on a stack of Bibles.
I have never made $14 million in my life.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Then why was I told that?
For the same reason you tell people that I don't like Barbara. That's
and
so
the same
terrible.
reason we think Moms Mabley was raped twice.
That's right.
That's right.
You
All
know.
right, listen. Let me sum up.
The one thing I always wanted to know, because Bill O'Reilly does the show.
Right.
And that's when you look in pain to me.
No, but I didn't even understand that. The View is about hearing people's views.
Right.
I know you don't agree with Bill O'Reilly about what he was talking about. And you got up and you walked off.
Yeah.
That I don't understand because the show is called The View.
Yes,
And
I'll tell you why I got up and walked off. I got up and walked off because what he was saying was a very specific group of people were responsible for something. When it wasn't a specific group of people, it's a faction of that group. And he would not hear anything but what he was saying. And I thought, well, if we can't have a discussion, I'm not going to hang.
You got frustrated.
So I got frustrated and I got up and
It happens on the show. All right, I know. I got to
All
wrap
right, we
it up.
gotta wrap it
Let me give a proper
up.
plug here. So really, the reason Whoopi even showed up, there's no love for us. She loves Moms Mabley,
which we all do. Yeah.
And Moms Mabley is a favorite of mine. I adored this woman. She's one of my favorites growing up. She was terrific on every talk show appearance she did.
Brilliant.
And I would watch talk shows like it was...
Like it was school.
It was school, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't miss Whoopi Goldberg presents Moms Mabley on HBO. I will definitely be watching
Excellent. Maybe you'll come up to the Apollo.
that. Oh.
Because we're doing
You mean actually leave my apartment? I don't think so.
Come on.
What are we going to do at the Apollo?
Well, that's where we're going to premiere it, at the Apollo.
Really?
You mean
Okay.
I would be at the premiere?
Yes, I
And
would
I
like
wear
that.
what, a suit?
You would wear whatever the hell you
I
wanted.
wonder what outfit I'll wear to the premiere.
But I'm inviting you, so
Thank you very much. Watch Whoopi on The View weekday mornings at 11 o'clock on ABC. And thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
I'm the only one allowed to call her Karen.
That's your role
All right, Whoopi,
now.
great seeing you. We'll
Good
be
to
back
see you.
right after these words. Did I end on time? Was I all right?
Just on time.
All right, good.
She's just got time to get there.
I didn't get to half of what I want. Let me come around. I didn't get to anything.
Wow. These times, they go so quickly. Hey!
You should come do the view.
I would love to come do the view.
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
All right, I can do that. Hey, baby.
You are fantastic.
Thank you. And thank you for all the, all the kind words, because I know sometimes you hear about me getting in trouble, and you always come to my defense.
Well, who's going to come to your defense if I don't?
Well,
we know about being in trouble.
I just appreciate it.
I really can't wait to see what you came up with on that.
I can't wait for you to see it. It's so good.
Would it be all right if I asked you a question about the interview?
Sure.
So you and Howard really bonded over your mutual love for Moms Mabley.
Right.
In many ways, is Howard kind of like the Moms Mabley of radio, the way he discusses taboo things and push the envelope?
You know what? I never thought of it that way, but yeah, in many ways. Howard has always tackled things that people shy away from, and he's really bold about it and right up front. So yeah, I think there's a big bond between the two of them.
You do so much interviewing on your show, The View. What do you respect about Howard's style and what he brings as an interviewer?
Well, I like Howard, so I can roll with him. I love what he does. I think his best quality is he asks you a direct question. He doesn't beat around the bush, and I like that.
I was saying to JD, as Whoopi was leaving, I said, Whoopi, I didn't even get to ask you about your spoon collection.
She has a spoon collection.
Whoopi is a big spoon collector. And she lit up. She was like, I do collect spoons. And I said, well, JD does too. And she goes, JD, I'm going to send you some spoons. He collected spoons when he was a kid. That's why we got into it. And then we found out you were a spoon collector.
Yes. I'll send you something.
Oh,
So
now
JD.
you're into spoon collecting, aren't you?
Isn't that special? I don't want it.
He's not turning down those.
It is special from Whoopi Goldberg. So, I couldn't turn those down. But I don't collect spoons.
You do now.
Well, I have a gift from Whoopi Goldberg.
What I heard was that Whoopi collects these old, racist spoons, too.
I heard about these racist spoons.
Yeah, I don't know where they sold these things, but they sell, they have, the typical, stereotypical black guy.
Like the jockey.
The jockey,
kind of things.
yeah. So she's got a whole collection of those. I don't think she's giving those to you, JD.
Because those are historic.
No, because JD will get beaten up for them.
Oh.
Like,
Wait a minute, this isn't my old black Sambo spoon. Stop hitting me.
People might take it the wrong way.
No, remember, you're not supposed to use these spoons, so don't be eating cereal.
No, all the spoons I get sent, I put them in a box in my office.
What happens when Howard Stern's staff asks him the questions they've always wanted answered? It's time to Ask Howard with Rachel Fine.
All right, Howard, are you ready for some fun questions from your staff?
no, but I'll do it anyway.
Thank you. Question from Charlie Hess from Howard TV.
All right.
What is the one superhero power you would most like to have, and what would you do with it?
I think fly would be good. That would be good.
No commuting that way.
I mean, look, I would like to have all of Superman's powers. I think Superman's got the full Monty.
Sure.
Just even he hardly uses his heat vision, his super cold breath. He doesn't ever even use those,
right.
Especially in these movies and TV shows. It's like, what, did you forget about that?
Sure.
I just go and freeze everybody out. And, it's so great.
But no invisibility. You could sneak around with invisibility, I would think.
Yeah, but fuck invisibility.
Okay.
Superman can run super fast, and literally you can't see him. That's why he can do everything. He does it all.
Yeah.
To be Superman is every boy's dream.
Gotcha.
I couldn't live in a world with Superman. If there was a Superman and I wasn't him, it would just kill me. Could kill me.
So better no Superman than you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Superman.
I don't want Superman.
Question from Al Ragon of Howard 100-101.
Right.
In your opinion, if Gary never said the words Baba Booey, what do you think would be his next biggest claim to fame?
I think the pitch. The pitch was a big deal.
Yeah.
The boy can't throw. You know. And what's funny about it is he can't throw, and yet he's a baseball coach, and he prides himself so much on his knowledge of the Mets and baseball and sports, and it's so important to him, and he just can't do it.
Is that a bigger blunder than the I Want You Back tapes?
Oh, there's no bigger blunder than I want you to. Well, there's no bigger blunder than Baba Booey.
Okay.
To say that you collect cartoon cells and your favorite cartoon character growing up is Baba Booey, and I go, Baba Booey? I watch cartoons, and Baba Louie. You know, and you don't know that is a blunder.
Yeah.
The tape that he made for that girlfriend to win her back isn't a blunder. It's just douchey.
I lost my lover, and I lost my best friend. And you lost your lover, and you lost your best friend. Okay, so that part's pretty even. But you gained a lover, and you gained a best friend. I gained a couple of lovers, or I gained one lover. But I gained no friends. There's nobody there to come home to call, and to tell all the great stuff. And like right now, I feel my professional life is like at a 9, and my personal life is at like a 2.
It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. It runs the full gamut of ridiculousness.
Question from Mike Ganji at Howard TV.
What are your first memories of meeting Fred?
My first memories, again, you know, you're talking a lot of years ago, but my first memories were, you know, here was a guy who was the overnight announcer at WCCC in Hartford on the FM, and I walked in, and it must have been my first show, and he was the overnight guy. He was in college at the time. I remember thinking, how does this guy do it? He does overnights, and then when we were talking, he goes, oh, I go to school during the day, which is crazy, because when do you sleep? And I remember thinking he was good on the air, he had a nice voice and all that. And then in the early days, being bowled over, when I talked to him, we would talk about Saturday Night Live, and then he'd do a lot of the impressions that Dan Aykroyd did, and then he did his own impressions, and I started to really appreciate his talents. But I've said this a million times, the biggest thing about Fred was that he'd actually hang out and watch me and help me. Like he would pull some records, or it was a very nice thing, very altruistic, because radio guys don't always help each other. And there is some jealousies and stuff. And Fred was like a really good friend that I didn't really know him that well, but he would help me. And it was so appreciated because I was so overwhelmed with playing music and trying to be funny and literally grabbing records, grabbing news copy. It was too much for one guy. And Fred would lend a helping hand if he had some time, at least that first hour. And I was so grateful. He was such a good guy that way. And then when he'd kind of lean in and maybe do a voice or something, wow, you know, and you really start to say, wow, this guy's something.
Did you know you'd be with him for the long term?
You know, I didn't know. I thought, wow, this is somebody who could make my show so good. I wish I had a budget or... and I did say to him when I left Hartford, I got this job in Detroit. I am going to try to hook up with you again. And I'm sure he was like, yeah, right. But you know, you saw it in the movie. That was pretty accurate portrayal. I said, I'm really going to come back. And in Detroit, I would call him once in a while and have him do a voice. He would do Howard Cosell, and at the time, that was a big thing to do. And he did a good job. And you know, Fred's he's so prolific with the lines. It's not enough to do a voice. He's got a comedy mind, a quick comedy mind. Even though I told you he has to think about stuff, but when he's on the air, he's quick, and he's funny. You know, he could do a French accent and do that ridiculous thing and you know, and say brown S 20 times, and I'm still going to laugh. What color were the children's eyes?
They're beautiful brown S. Beautiful brown S. Oh, when you're staring into the little S, you can only think of one thing, how brown they are.
Well, thank you. Fred has the ability to make me laugh, and so that's why Fred's with me, tremendous talent. So I remember meeting him and just thinking, what a nice guy, and then it blossomed into love.
Thank you so much. That was really, really fantastic.
A lot of fun. There was a lot of inappropriate questions, and everyone is fired. No, that was good. It was a lot of fun to answer the questions. Who knew anybody had any questions?
We have lots.
Yes.
I'm ashamed to say that this.
All right, let's try it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
You're up for it?
Yeah, even the discussion between you two guys.
I've just always been offended when you say, "Oh, John and I, what a great night." Oh, Gary, what a great night.
Gary is.
Well, it's like,
It's not saying anything about you.
Yeah, right. Why would you even be involved in that conversation?
Because he spent a weekend on a boat with his kid. He's a great dad.
I've seen Gary with his kids, and I'm telling you, he's a great father. I'm not commenting on you because I've never seen you with your kids.
How come?
Why would you get offended by that?
How come?
I was just saying, I'm throwing me. I'm
But
just
Scott,
as good.
how come if he says I'm a great father, Will's not offended by that?
Because, I don't know, Will's a pussy.
No, because it's not about Will. It's about Will.
Will wasn't a dad when that comment was.
He's one now. It's just, but why are you in my business? Seriously. If Howard says I'm a great dad, why are you in that?
You, at the time, said that I wasn't a good dad because I like to golf.
You started from the beginning. You're like, Gary's not a great dad. Howard says he is, but that doesn't make him a great dad. I'm like,
And then I would go to talk back to you and go like, I'm a good dad. And then you would go, Howard, can you possibly be a good dad if you golf?
I've seen Gary's kids. They're very well adjusted. That's number one.
So am I.
But I'm not talking about you. It's the greatest thing ever.
It is. Go ahead. All right, so they're well adjusted.
All right, let's try it. Let's try it out. The point is we're going to try it. Okay, good.
He lets his kid have HBO at college. That is not a good dad.
Why?
HBO, video game, big screen television.
How's a big screen television?
I saw that article you wrote.
I actually know the size of my kid's television. I'm sure you don't.
There were 25 different things you gave him. It's like, oh yeah, I gave my kid HBO Go, and he got this and that.
What's that been?
I don't know what that.
Oh my God!
Jackson went to college. I gave him my Slingbox password, my HBO Go password.
College is for learning, not for watching television.
You got blowjobs from whores in college.
And sold coke. Not whores.
You went to college and you were like you.
I've never been to a whore in my life.
No, you never. You studied. That's all you did at college.
No, I did a lot of that shit. But if I had that television, all that shit that you gave me would be that much
You're
worse.
You're digging.
All right.
All right, good.
Wait for the air.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to play a game today. Who knows their kid better, Scott DePace or Gary Delafonte?
Oh, you know that Gary's got to win, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Gary knows Scott DePace's kid better than Scott DePace does. I would have that contest.
Crazy.
You'll lose.
I'm
Gary's
win.
like the best father I know. He knows everything about his kids. And I know you've been studying all weekend. I got the...
He studied?
Yeah, like he was practicing with his son. And
Look, I wanted to ask a couple of simple questions. I got those out of the way. I have no idea what you guys are going to ask.
By the way, I'm not saying you're a bad dad. I'm just saying you get silly competitive.
Over anything.
That's a good thing to have.
I know, but it's the strangest thing with Scott. I'll be talking to Gary. I go, Gary, you're like the best dad I know. And Scott goes, hey, what about me? I'm a much better dad than Gary. And I go,
and it's not even about him.
I go, I wasn't talking to you.
No, you singled him out on the show.
Right.
And I simply said to Gary, not to you, I
Well,
said, well, I'm a good dad too. To which he commented, no, you're not. You golf too much. So what am I
The rap on you is you'll be with the kids when it's good for you. Gary will be with the kids when it's good for the kids.
Howard, you know whose rap that is? Gary's.
Okay.
It's not the. It's
I bought into it.
It seems reasonable.
Hold on, I'm coming in, Howard.
Is your handshaking getting worse, Scott?
You know what, dude? I'm doing 8 things right here, including I've got these kids over my shoulder. I'm trying to cut.
Are you nervous?
Well, when I'm doing all this stuff, I think it does make my tremors go a little faster than they would. Look.
Are you sure you don't have Parkinson's disease?
It's not Parkinson's.
Wow.
I was tested. It's called. They're called essential tremors, and
Jeez.
that's that.
Does it bother you? Can you type and stuff, or is it?
No, it doesn't.
Boy, it's gotten much worse on him. I'm worried about him.
He says he's had it looked into.
Yeah.
But I want to bring up the point that Scott, for some reason, I don't know if he has it in for me, but Scott always brings me up for anything. So, like, we were in a writers' meeting a couple of weeks ago, and somebody just said, hey, we should bring our pets in to see whose pet is, whose dog is smarter. And Scott just blurts out, I know my dog's smarter than Gary's.
Yeah.
Like, it's always about me.
No, you know what it is, Gary, is I am a competitive person, and you're the only person that gets offended by that. I'm simply fooling around, and you... that's not true.
But Scott, you never say, like, in other words, if Fred says, hey, I think my dog's really smart, you don't say a word. If Jason said, I think my cat's really smart, not a word. As soon as I say something, it's like, oh, I know I'm better than Gary.
Well,
it is. I mean,
let's bring the dogs in and
Howard,
find out.
Ask anybody here.
My dog is certainly better than his
Ask John on the.
I've seen his dog. He pees on the floor.
Doesn't pee on the floor.
Your dog pees on the
No,
floor?
he just made that up.
Well, you said don't pet the dog or he'll pee on the floor.
Oh, submissive peeing.
Well, by the way, we have the boys in here today. Scott DePace's son is here, and so is Gary's son. And Lucas, yeah. And we're gonna find out who the better dad is.
Well, that makes him crazy too, you know.
I know.
Scott.
What happens when Scott loses?
Oh, they're both in there.
When Scott loses, he's going to start complaining that it was fixed or unfair.
No, whoever loses has to record this big long line that they wrote out that said, I, Gary Dell'Abate, think that Scott DePace is the greatest father in the world. He's a much better father than me.
Right.
But I don't know that this show is going to prove that to me.
But I said, don't you?
But you're gonna. If you lose, you have to do that.
That's the.
Well, first of all, I didn't know that was part of the bet.
There's a penalty.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
But Scott, don't you think that knowing your kid is part of being a good dad?
I know my kid. I know him a lot. He's right over my shoulder. Kyle, do I know you? Say.
No, that's Lucas.
Kyle.
That's not Kyle. That's actually Doug Z. Goodstein.
Kyle's behind me right here. Say it, buddy. Come here.
Hey, Kyle.
Do I know you?
Yeah.
We talk a lot?
Yeah.
See?
Kyle looks like a nice kid. Poor kid.
I think Kyle listens a lot.
Kyle listens a lot.
I think Kyle listens
a good
a lot.
listener.
Yeah,
Dad, whatever you say, Dad. Sure, Dad.
Kyle,
okay.
do you ever get a word in, or is your dad always talking? Yeah, you listen. I hear you.
It's like Stockholm Syndrome.
Well, think of all the wisdom that kid
Well,
gets.
I think he knows his dad. Wait a minute. We should change the content.
Lucas, you think you're going to win this, or do you think the DePace as well?
No, I think the Dell'Abates are going to take this one today.
Yeah, your dad.
You're wrong, son. You're wrong.
Hasn't Lucas played Scott in some game on the internet?
Yeah, they played Halo a couple times. That was Jackson. That was
I shot Jackson in the head and the back.
You got him out, huh? You beat him, huh?
Who cares?
I don't know. He does.
It's a game.
I know.
Why are you on the game? You're like a borderline creepy guy. What are you doing on the game with kids?
Kyle, does it bother you that your dad plays video games with young kids?
To play them with him.
You play with him?
Yeah, I'll play with him and like 3 of his friends.
Right.
Kyle, is there ever a time where your dad's on the game and you can't get on?
No, we have 2 Xboxes.
Oh, that's why.
One for Dad and one for Kyle.
There's no problem there. Dad has his own Xbox. Good for you. All right, so what time are we playing that? In the 7 o'clock
7
hour?
o'clock, yeah.
7 o'clock hour, we're finally going to put to rest who is the better dad, Scott DePace or Gary. They'll be there with their boys. We'll ask them questions, and we'll put an end to this ridiculousness. It's crazy. The 2 of them argue and argue and argue.
Today I'm here to prove that I'm a better father. The problem is there is no test to prove who's the better father between Gary and I. So these guys are going to ask a couple of questions to Kyle, my son, and I'm going to hopefully answer it, get them right. But if not, they're going to walk away with Gary's a better dad, and they're absolutely wrong. I'm a great dad, aren't I, boy? Son.
Yeah.
Kyle. That's that. I'm feeling okay, but I don't know what type of questions they're going to ask, and something tells me, not that it's fixed or anything, but Gary probably knows exactly what they're going to ask.
Well, I know I'm supposed to be objective in this whole matter, but I am pro DePace today. I am pulling for Team DePace. And Scott, have you warned Kyle what it's like to see Gary's teeth up close? It can be very, very scary. So,
what's Gary's nickname?
Baba Booey.
Best of luck, DePace family.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Gary Dell'Abate, and this is my son,
Lucas Dell'Abate.
And we are here today for Who Knows Their Kid Better, because DePace is always telling me he's the better father and he knows his kid better. What do you think, Lucas?
I think we're going to win.
We talk a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We hang out.
Yeah, Gary, you tell a lot of stories about Lucas on the air. You know him well.
We spend a lot of time together. We're in the car a lot together. We're home a lot together, especially now that Jackson is at college. I'd say we spend a lot of time together. We talk. I mean, I don't know. I think whenever I speak to Scott DePace, he seems to only know, sports and gaming. But Lucas and I...
That's true. No, we have a wide range of stuff that we do together?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna do well.
What would it mean to take down Scott DePace today?
I think the bigger pressure is on me. I think I'm such a favorite that if I lose, I'm supposed to win. It doesn't matter because if we win, it's got to go, well, that doesn't make Gary the better father. It just means he knows these stupid questions. He'll always have an out.
All right, listen, we had to settle this one way or another. Gary and Scott DePace, for some reason, are always arguing with each other.
I would like to say, by the way, I say something and then he argues with me.
Right.
No. A perfect example of how this happened. Gary, you had said Gary was a great dad. I simply said, well, I'm a great dad. He says, no, you're not. Who really threw down the challenge? He did. He said, I'm not a good dad.
Yeah, but I was talking to him. I don't even know why you jump. Like there's 50 guys who work here in the morning, and you're the only guy who jumps in.
Why would
there.
you always say that to him?
I challenge what he just said. I didn't say, I'm a better dad than you. I said, why are you involved in mine and Howard's conversation?
No. That's now what's coming out of your head. No, not then.
Kyle, as Scott's son, does your dad argue a lot around the house? Is he always involved in discussions?
He argues with my brother. He doesn't like to watch movies.
Right.
My brother, I'm sorry, my son.
My brother.
Well, that's what you're like a child.
My son doesn't like to watch movies, so we'll argue about what to watch, and he really tries to get over on us, and I'm the hardliner, and my wife is not. So my wife will give in, and I'm always like, no, we're watching the movie, and I put it on, and he has to leave the room.
But give in to what?
Things like last night we were eating and we had chili, right? And there were some chips that I had just opened a bag of tortilla chips. He wanted the lime flavored chips, and I said, "No, I just opened these. That's what we're using." And he got really upset, and I stayed tough, and I said, "No."
Would it kill you to open? Like if you open both, what would happen?
You're giving in and making a bad kid is what you're doing. See, who's the better dad? Challenge is over. Challenge is over. I win.
But maybe you have to pick your fights. Like maybe it wouldn't have been so horrible to pick lime because he's a human being too, and maybe he wanted lime chips.
But he always does this. So what he did, he started whining, right? He started going, I go, stop the whining. I ridicule him a little bit, right?
You ridicule him a little bit.
That's all the child psychologists say, ridicule first, yes.
Because I'm tired of the whining.
Right.
And then my wife, thankfully this time, said, yeah, Derek, no whining, right? And then what did he say to that? He said, well, sometimes it works.
Kyle, blink once if you want to get out of the house permanently, and I'll get you out of there. That's all you got to do. Blink twice if you want to stay.
I gotta say,
he gave me the once. I'm getting him out of there. I'm calling child services.
I would have opened the bag of lime chips. I don't think it's that big a deal.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, can't this kid win sometime?
Kyle, what do you think of that argument? I feel your brother's a human being, and if he wanted lime chips, would it have been so horrible to open the lime chips?
He said it hurt his mouth when he chewed them.
Yeah, the chips are chips. Right? So, listen.
But you hear what Kyle's saying? His brother was saying that he doesn't like the other ones.
He doesn't enjoy them.
He doesn't enjoy the ones
Too
you
bad.
enjoy.
They're the same thing practically.
But they're not.
But not to him.
I don't know how I grew up. I mean,
so how you grew up is the best way to grow up?
But listen, opening a bag of chips, you needed permission to do that.
Well, maybe in your house it could be different.
Well, I don't make them.
Do you ever have a chip preference? Do you like some chips better than others?
God, so you're saying that's wrong?
Let me ask you.
You're crazy.
Do you like some chips better than others?
What if your kid wants
I didn't say anything. I'm just asking you. Do you, as a human being, like some chips better than others?
Yeah, I guess I like the regular tortilla chips rather than the lime flavored.
Can you accept that your son might not like the regular chips and might like the lime flavored ones?
I can, but often he is contrarian. And we'll pick the other one on purpose.
But listen, so let's say...
Wonder where he gets that from.
Not from me.
Let's say he wanted lime chips. And you say, you know what, we're having a nice night. We're all sitting around together. My son prefers lime chips. I'm going to absolutely let him have what he prefers. Kyle, would that have been so terrible?
I guarantee...
What?
Get on the phone right now.
No, I'm
a child
Kyle.
Psychologist. I guarantee you they'll say, I'm right and you guys are wrong.
Because you made a decision and he has to listen to it?
Do you give in to everything your child
Not
wants?
everything, but that might be a reasonable thing. If my child wanted to jump off a bridge, I might not give in to that.
I think what Robin was saying is if you're going to fight that fight, maybe chips isn't the place to fight it.
And why fight that fight?
Where does it end?
What did the kid learn from that?
He learned that we're in charge and he's not.
Oh, great. So that's how he's supposed to live the rest of his life.
No, until he's 18. He's in my house.
But how is he going to learn to fly on his own if everything is your way? Does he ever?
That's not going to teach independence. No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
Having him go out and rake some leaves,
So in other
that'll
words-
teach him independence.
No, that'll teach him slavery.
Yeah. Kyle.
Lucas, have you ever done yard work?
Yeah, I do it like every now and then with the leaf blower.
With the leaf blower? How about you cut the lawn?
No, we don't. We have people to do that.
See,
Kyle, you call me whenever you want chips, and I'll send over a package
well,
of
listen,
what you like.
it's already bad because Kyle doesn't eat. He won't eat the chili. He won't eat a lot of things. So last night we had to make Artie those mini hot dogs for him.
Okay.
And it's like,
By the way, do you guys eat anything healthy over at your house? Mini hot dogs and chips.
And
kids,
chili
mini
and
hot
chips.
dogs are
Mini
good.
hot dogs is the worst thing for the kid. If you wanted to teach him
Mini
something,
hot-
mini hot
Oh,
dog.
let's all
By
have,
the way,
have fish and vegetables.
no,
like Howard was.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the choices are unbelievable. Chips and
And they're fighting over them.
they're fighting over it.
And if not that, it was Elio's Pizza.
Oh my God, Kyle. So your dad gave in and let you have hot dogs last night. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you. I tell you, you're a lucky kid.
Finally, you got to eat something you want.
Well, tell me about these microphones. Where's Scott DePace? Because I'm feeling
Scott Salem. Yeah,
that's Scott Salem.
I feel like Kyle's microphone isn't on.
I do too, but it is. I have it on, but I feel like
It's
I'm barely
very
hearing.
low. Yeah.
Oh, there's Scott. He's eating. Okay.
Don't rush.
You didn't hear that? You can't hear Kyle? What? What is that?
I'm working on it from out there. I'm just trying to figure out what the problem is.
You're eating and working on it out there. Yeah, okay.
Take a bite. Think about it.
Scott, I got to ask you something. Do you ever listen to the radio and go, gee, something's wrong, maybe I'll come in? What?
Of course I did.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever, kind of respond to the sound of the show and feel responsible? Well, let me hear. Now say something, Kyle.
Hello.
No.
Hello.
Tell him what you did this weekend. Played baseball. Go ahead. Tell him about your game.
I was pitching. Got a
All
couple
right, it's better.
strikeouts.
What'd you do, Scott? You hit a button. So
I think he turns it on.
I think he turned on the. I don't think the mic was on, was it?
No, it was on.
It was on. But what'd you do? I'm curious.
One channel's bad, so I just took one channel out and used the good channel.
I got rid of the bad channel.
Okay, thanks. Go back and finish your breakfast. I don't want to interrupt. Jesus Christ. You can barely hear the kid. You'd think he'd come in.
Why
do they bother me with
It's not important to hear the kid.
I mean, there's another kid in there, isn't he? Just listen to him. I mean, this is crazy.
He can answer for the
What's
both
going on
of them.
around here? Lucas, have you ever seen anything?
No, I mean, I've never seen
I can hear one kid fun.
Lucas, you want to know why? Lucas, you want to know why this happens to me? I'm too nice. I keep everybody around.
They're not going to
Maybe
win
you should have been
anyway.
raised by Scott.
Exactly. I would have this place in shape in order.
You know how many times these mics were tested before we started the segment? I mean, probably 100, right?
10?
I would assume so.
Not to mention, Howard, my headset is cutting in and out, and it's distracting me.
Right.
Yeah, mine is too.
I got to go back in there again.
My headset's okay.
What am I going to do? Now they're going to make me interrupt my breakfast again.
My oatmeal's going to get cold.
What else is wrong? Everything's wrong. Why don't you concentrate on the positive? I can't believe they're all complaining.
You're just talking to each other. You don't need headphones.
It's just a dumb radio show. Miserable in a mold.
Where's the ketchup for my home fries?
Why don't you go watch TV with your lime chips? All right, so now it's time to play father and son game, okay? And really, this is all about who knows their kid better. Let's have the intro music.
It's time to play Who Knows His Kid Better? With Gary Delabate.
Hey, don't talk about this on the air. Cut it out.
And Scott DePace.
I don't need to be taught anything.
And now, here's your host, Howard Stern.
Oh, thank you very much, everybody. How are you? And let's go meet our contestants. First, we have the Delabates. Your name is Gary Delabate, I assume?
Yes, sir.
All right, Gary Delabate is from Connecticut, and he's here with his son, Lucas. Lucas, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Now, Lucas, I understand that you think your dad is a good dad, right?
Yeah, I think he's a very good dad.
He's a very good dad. You yourself, you love to go to school, am I correct?
No, that's incorrect.
That's incorrect. Oh, sorry about that. What grade are you in now, Lucas?
10th grade.
You're in 10th grade. How is that?
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
And what are your hobbies? You like to spin records, I understand?
Yeah, I do.
What does that mean, spin records?
I DJ. I'm a disc jockey on the weekends.
Right. You enjoy the music the black people make?
I mean, if you want to put it that way, yeah, I guess.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's all white people now.
No,
what
it's
he's listening
all
to.
black people and Eminem.
No. That's hip hop.
What white people?
He's listening to EDM, electronic dance music. That's all
Are
Swedish.
you?
It's all Swedish people.
That's like Geronimo's thing.
So you enjoy the music of Swedish people?
Yes.
So do you do that like scratching stuff, or do you is that?
No, not really. Only when I'm doing hip hop DJing, like I guess what Howard would say, black people music. But
Right.
I'm actually.
Can you make it? Yeah, go ahead. Yes, you're actually.
No, with the EDM, it's more of like a smooth thing. It's not really like hard cuts.
So you perform at school and you perform at dances and things?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Can you make any bread doing that?
I do. Yeah. As a private DJ, I make a few bucks.
No kidding.
He did. I roadied for him last year, Howard. He did a gig that was a little under $500 he got for the night.
Look at you.
At your high school dance?
No, it was a private gig.
But do you do that at your high school dance or whatever?
Not a high school dance, but the high school had like it's called the Cardinal Games, and that's like it's like an Olympics for the school, and I DJ'd that.
He works at the teen center every weekend. That's where he spends.
Scott likes this.
Girls must be into him.
Oh, yeah.
I know. They see me at Arch Street.
Gary must be doing all right. His son
All
is
right.
productive.
And Lucas, I heard a rumor a few years ago you were thinking of becoming Jewish, right? You were looking into Judaism as a way of life. Is that true?
Yeah, I was. My best friend's mother, she got me like really into Judaism somehow. She was just like,
how dare she?
No, she was I had a lot of respect for her. That's why I was into it, but not anymore.
Did you come close to converting? Do you want to sing Ein Kimmelkano with me? Here we go.
No, thank you.
I'll
No.
give you an education. Here we go, everybody. Ein Kimmelkano, Ein Kimoshienu, Ein Kimmelkano, Ein Kimoshienu. What's more fun than that?
Do you have any idea what that means?
Don't you want to join again?
It means I want to go hang myself.
Oh.
That's what it means.
It means I'm not getting girls.
It means I'd rather listen to Swedish dance music. Lucas, believe me, that's a tough song to learn, honestly, if you're really going to make the full conversion. But you're out of that phase now, right?
Yeah, no, it's just it was a short-term phase.
Right. You were raised Catholic, I assume? No, not really, Gary?
Not really he hasn't been really raised anything.
Was he
baptized
or?
I don't know.
You don't know that about your kid?
I don't think he was.
Scott,
this is over.
Scott,
already.
was your kid baptized?
We should have had that.
I know you know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, isn't that nice? Well, Gary, I'm getting nervous about you. We'll see.
Lucas, were you baptized?
I have no recollection because I would have been like 6 months old.
You would have been a baby.
No.
Lucas and Gary, the game today is how well do fathers and sons know each other to prove once and for all who is the better father. Now, Lucas, do you think you and Gary, your dad, will win?
I do. I think we're a good team.
All right. Let me say hi to their opponents. This war has been going on forever. I want to say hi to Kyle DePace and Scott DePace. Hey. Hey, you two.
Does Kyle feel competitive?
Kyle, do you feel competitive like your dad, or are you just like, are you turned off?
I'm competitive.
I wonder why your microphone's not on. I mean, you're speaking fine.
Hold on, talk into that
Here,
one.
talking to this one.
Hello.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Scott,
This
I mean, come on, guys.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
I mean, how long is that going to go on? The other microphones work.
Can we give Kyle another microphone?
They're getting Kyle another microphone.
In the meantime,
Want us to share this one?
Kyle, do you know sign language?
Thank you. I mean, I was going out of my mind here. I go, well, maybe Kyle's very soft-spoken, but he seems to be right on the microphone. Holy moly. I mean, what is with my engineer? It's unbelievable. Thank you, Evan.
Scott,
Evan, why don't you just become the engineer? Why do I have to put up with Scott?
Try that one out.
How's that, Kyle?
Hello.
Is that a little better?
Hello?
That sounds bad.
I think there's something wrong with the whole
It's
connection.
something wiring-wise.
There you go. All right. So it's Mike C. Yeah, kill that. We'll just take it into our own hands. Thank you. Kyle, Kyle, you understand I've been at this game way too long. I really have. I can't take it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? Have you ever been so frustrated that you couldn't take it anymore?
Yeah.
You have. Okay, thank you.
Did it involve chips?
Kyle, what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade. How's that going? Do you like it?
Medium.
Medium. It's okay. What is?
Can I just say, great student here, top of the class for math, science. He's awesome.
And what if he wasn't? Could you still love him?
I would still love him.
But you'd be less in love.
No,
but you'd be less proud.
I would have to work with him a little more.
By the way, Lucas on the honor roll every semester last year, just saying.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, boy.
All right, Dad. Thank you. Thank you, Dad.
Kyle, what is your favorite subject?
Math.
Math is your favorite subject. You like to what are they up to there? Algebra?
Figures. We're doing shapes right now.
Shapes. Let me tell you something. That's very impressive. I myself am still struggling with math. Although I'm the mathematician on the show, I have to figure out the years and things.
And I might say that math and science are the most important of the classes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to argue with you there. Okay. And Scott, what do you do on the show? I've never quite figured it out.
Director.
Right. Now, do you know your father's a director, Kyle? Has he explained to you what he does?
He directs things.
Yes, he directs things. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
he yells at people. In other words.
These guys don't ask me about what I do.
Why?
They
Why don't...
see you on television and they go, that's the guy you work with.
But Kyle, why don't you?
They know Gary's Baba Booey and that's about it.
Kyle, why don't you ask your father? Is it just something that irritates him?
He makes these really long answers that I don't like to listen to.
Join the club.
All right. Well, I'm with you there. I'll tell you that. Now, do a lot of fans approach your dad? I would imagine they do because he's such a popular figure on the show. Do they approach him?
I've never seen it.
Never once.
I get it, I guess, about once or twice a year. I'll be out at a bar and someone recognize me. Yeah, that's
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it was more before. But.
Lucas, what about your dad? Is he constantly harassed by his fans?
It depends. If we're at like a baseball game, a hockey game, or football or something like that, it's like everywhere you turn, there's like some guy who's like fa-fa fooey.
Yeah, Baba Booey, fa-fa fooey, fa-fa fohai, any of these names.
They all work. They all work.
He's a man of many names. When you were a kid growing up and people would yell out fa-fa foohai, Baba Boohai, did it confuse you as a kid? You're like, that's my dad. What do they mean, Baba Booey?
I had no idea what they were saying to my dad.
Right. And your dad to this day still does not let you listen to the show. Am I correct?
No, I feel like if I was anybody other than his son, I'd probably be allowed, but...
He's right.
Yeah. Well, that's true in a way. Why don't you let him exactly? What's your
Because
feeling?
it's not about the content of the show. It's like there's things about me he doesn't need to know.
Right.
I'm very honest on the show, and I don't need, the stuff we talk about, I don't really care. We're pretty lenient when it comes to that sort of thing. I mean, we let him play Grand Theft Auto 5 all day long.
Yeah, that's a very violent game, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Lucas, have you ever called him Baba Booey?
Yeah, once or twice when I was younger. So you'd call me in the kitchen, you'd be like, Papa Fooey, come here. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You never did, right? You always call him Dad or something.
Yes.
Or Dad Dooey.
That could work. That could work.
That could work too. So so when the fans would come up to your dad and stuff, it probably was impressive to you, right? He's a bit of a celebrity.
It was exciting.
Yeah, sure.
I think some of them were a little scary at times, huh?
They creep me out.
Right. So you never went on the internet or looked up the show and kind of went behind his back to hear what was going on?
No, I did. I found out some stuff I probably didn't want to find out.
Right. It could be painful, right? What is the worst thing you found out about the show when you went on and secretly?
I'm not going to say.
You keep that to yourself?
Was it your dad's foot fungus?
No, trust me. I already knew about that. Trust me.
What is
well aware of that when we go to the pool. But.
Yeah, right. Do you try to cover up your dad's feet so the other kids won't see?
No. I mean, it's not embarrassing. I mean, it's something you can't really help.
Right.
I'm in the process now. I'm on. I swear to God, I think this is the 7th medication I've tried in 10 years.
Wow.
I'm trying.
The laser, I thought it helped. It didn't.
Lasered it 3 times. This is a strong.
You are
fungus.
a medical miracle. I mean, there's no way that that fungus was going away. It will stand up to any medication known to man.
I don't even want to tell you.
Is this a special fungus? It should be named for Gary, the Baba Booey fungus.
I can't even tell you that when I went to CVS and they couldn't find my coverage. Do you know how much this medication cost? It was $1,100.
Oh my God!
What?
But then my insurance covered it.
Yeah, but it still doesn't work.
Well, I don't know. I'm in the middle of it.
I see.
Yeah,
Lucas
he just started this one.
So you're not ashamed of your father's feet with his toe fungus?
No, but actually I came up with a good name. It should be called Fa-Fa Fungus.
There you go.
All right, now it's time to find out who is the father-son team that know each other best. And I got news for you. And Kyle, by the way, I want to compliment you on your hair. Do you ever worry in the middle of the night that your dad's going to steal your hair and put it on his own head?
Some nights more than others.
Right. Yeah.
I was surprised that DePace lets his son have long hair. It didn't seem like something that Scott would be into.
Scott, how come you allow Kyle his
I'll be
own
honest
choices with hair?
Both kids, I'm not happy with either of their hair, to be honest. Derek,
right?
the younger one, has a buzz cut.
Right.
And I think he looks, I don't know, I think he
Too
looks
severe?
better with hair.
Right.
And then Kyle's is too long. His baseball hat, it looks kind of silly, and his baseball hat falls off all the time.
Why? But yet you tolerate his long hair. You let him make his own decision.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's a good sign. I mean, maybe when it
Thank
comes to
you,
chips,
Scott.
you don't allow them. They're like the Taliban. But with the hair, you let him grow it out.
And besides, I've told him 1,000 times that someday he's got this to look forward to.
Not necessarily.
Oh, no.
I'm going to tell you something,
Why do
Kyle.
you torture him?
My dad is as bald as your dad, and I've got a full head of hair. And does your grandfather on your mom's side have hair? Does he have a full head of hair? Do you know that?
What did you say?
Your wife's father, does he have a full head of hair?
Yes.
Kyle will have all his hair.
But, he's got very different hair. It's very
I
curly
don't care.
and...
Kyle, you're going to keep your hair. Did you hear what I just
Okay.
said? How's that for good news?
That's good news.
So just shake it at your dad every once in a while.
Taunt him with it.
I tell you, the younger one does.
He does.
Nightly, he'll say something at the dinner table.
I remember when you had hair. I remember I met you had some hair.
It's his job. Killed it.
Yeah,
His job
you
took it
just
all.
burned it right off. Yeah. All right, now it's time to play the game. I'm going to ask Gary Delabate and Scott DePace to leave the room while I give their sons various questions. Kyle
So this
and
is a matching
Lucas.
game.
It's a matching game. It's like the Newlywed Game, except with fathers and sons. All right, here we go. This is exciting, boys. Lucas, Kyle, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Give me the answer that you can best come up with, okay? No pressure, boys. All right, here we go.
We're finally going to find out who's the better dad.
We're going to finally find out, Robin, who's the better dad. Or did you just say that? All right, here we go. All right, Lucas, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Kyle, are you ready? All right. Lucas, what is your favorite band?
It's not a band. It's more of an artist, but Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse, okay. Kyle, what about you?
I have no clue.
What is your favorite
Don't like music?
band, music or something?
I
Yours.
usually go by like the song, but I'll go Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, okay. All right, there you go. All right, Lucas, what is your favorite holiday?
It's tough. I'd say probably Halloween.
Halloween. Why is that?
No, it's just like a fun time of year. I like the fall.
Not Yom Kippur?
You like dressing up and all?
No.
As a Jew, you would think you would want that. All right, okay. So you say Halloween. All right, Kyle, what is your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas. You get a lot of gifts. Okay. All right, Lucas, which one of your father's habits annoy you the most?
Maybe just like when he farts randomly out in the open.
Randomly farts.
Really?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I can.
Does that?
Just like sometimes I don't know.
When has he done that? What's been going on?
I mean, it's not like ridiculous, but I mean, like every now and then it'll just.
Does he ever duty his pants?
No.
No. All right. Kyle, how would you answer that question? Which one of your dad's habits annoy you the most?
I'd have to go with the same thing.
The farting.
He farts a lot.
He farts a lot. And you try to be civilized and keep him in, right?
Blames it on the dog.
He does, but it's him. Blames it on the dog.
Does he do that when your friends are around?
All the time.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm very sorry for you. For both of you.
My dad doesn't do it when my friends are around. He's
Civilized.
He's slightly more careful.
All right. Okay, here we go. Lucas, who is your favorite family member? Your favorite family member?
Probably my mom.
Your mom. Okay. Kyle, who is your favorite family?
My dad.
Your dad. It's interesting.
What's your mom going to say?
Hey, she's not here. All right. Okay. Lucas, what is the name of your best friend?
Damien.
Damien. Kyle, what is the name of your best friend?
Elijah.
Elijah. Okay. Okay, Lucas, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I'd like to be a DJ.
A DJ, okay. Kyle, what would you like to be?
I have no clue.
You got to give me something to go with.
What are you leaning toward right now?
A baseball player.
Say that again?
A baseball player.
A baseball player. Good answer. Okay, here we go. Lucas, what's the last thing you got in trouble for?
Like the last big thing I got in trouble for?
You know, something you got in trouble for.
You got to think about what your dad might answer.
Right.
Go for it.
All right. The biggest thing that I ever got in trouble for was I left the house one night at like midnight to go hang out with some friends.
Whoa!
My dad, he got so mad. He'll remember that one.
All right. Kyle, what did you do? Last bad thing you did that you got in trouble for? Ate the wrong chips?
I don't know.
Must have done something wrong. You seem like a good kid, but you must have done something.
Yeah, but you never.
You can't be perfect.
Perfect, are you?
I'm perfect.
Did you get? You're perfect. You never get in trouble.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I'll leave it at that. And that will conclude the questions. I think that's enough to determine which dad knows his son the best. Do you boys agree?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, gentlemen, take a seat, and we're going to settle this thing once and for all. Gary and Scott have been going at each other about who the better father is. Let's find out. Put your cards down, boys. When I ask you a question, you'll flip over the top card. Okay, guys? You understand?
Yes.
Kyle, no, we know you do. Kyle and Lucas, you understand? In other words, keep those on your lap, flat on your lap, and then when I ask you to reveal a card, you'll take the one from the top. Okay, Kyle? Okay, Lucas? Mm-hmm. All right, boys. All right. Gary, I'll go to you first. We said to Lucas, what is your favorite band? Not yours, your son's. What is your son's favorite band? What did he say?
Deadmau5.
Hold up the card, Lucas. Deadmau5 it is. That's 1 point on the board. All right, let's go to Scott DePace. What is your son's favorite artist or band?
Oh, shite. We actually went through this. And
you rehearsed and you still don't know.
Well, listen, here's the thing.
Just answer the question. Don't give me an explanation.
I know he listens to Hits One all the time. He likes that type of music. I'm going to go with Katy Perry.
Katy Perry is correct.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. You pulled that out of your butt.
Yeah.
And I think she might be here today.
No. She's here Friday. She's not in New York any Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through the end of the year.
Is that true? Why doesn't she want to do our show? She did our show.
I don't know that she doesn't. They just told me she's not in town on any of the days we're on.
All right. Well, we'll badmouth her then, okay? What the hell?
Yeah, because that's the craziest excuse I've ever heard.
I wonder if she's mad at us because we've had Russell on so many times.
Who knows? All right. Here we go, boys and gentlemen. We're here. We're playing the Who Knows Their Kid Better
game.
All right, Gary. I'm sorry, Scott. We said to your son, what is your favorite holiday? What did he say?
Well, holiday, it's got to be Christmas.
Hold up that card. Christmas it is!
That is great.
You got 2 points to Gary
So
and Lucas's
far,
one.
so
Let's see if
good.
we'll tie it up. Lucas and Gary. Gary, we said to your son, what is your son's favorite holiday?
I would have to think it's Christmas.
Hold up that card. Halloween. Wow. What happened, Gary?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know that he's that into Halloween.
He said it's his favorite.
He said he likes it.
Okay.
Gary, do you know what he's going to be at this Halloween?
I don't think. Oh, yeah, I do know what he's
I
gonna
don't
be.
dress up anymore.